Always takes a while. Oh, yeah. What's good, podcast fam? It's your boy Jason Craig, aka the friendly neighborhood dreadhead. Happy Monday, or well, a lot of people don't like Mondays, but still, happy Monday to everybody. Uh, Hope you guys had a good Super Bowl Sunday. Hope y'all ate lots of food, enjoyed the game, enjoyed the halftime show. But I'm joined by two lovely people today. Introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Courtney Lyric, everyone.
All right, and introduce yourself, sir.
See, now I don't want to go top shelf. She went with like a basic, just Courtney lyric. Now I have to be like, I'm just DJ Steady now. I can't be like, yo, this is who they want podcast, his very own, Mr. DJ Khaled of podcast. Why? Because who they want did, DJ Steady. Are you ready? The late night Teddy, but only the ladies can call me that. Bam, there.
All right, one hell of an
I don't
intro,
know.
one hell of an intro. But yeah, y'all.
I feel
How
like
was it?
everybody got headphones except for me.
Oh, well,
He was like, well,
I, I don't know what to tell you.
where our
Um,
funding is set up, man, we don't have any company issued headphones.
Wow. Dang.
uh, Maybe eventually, maybe eventually. How was y'all's weekend?
It was nice, thank you.
All right,
Fantastic.
all right. Well, I would. I already know Stead said he didn't. He doesn't care for the Super Bowl because that cheesehead ain't in there no more.
Right.
Uh, I watched it. It was honestly a really great game. Probably my top five Super Bowls of my lifetime. I know everybody talk about the '70s and '80s Super Bowls, but I wasn't around. I wasn't alive during that time,
Right? So they don't
so
count for us.
I never saw the '85 Bears Super Bowl or the Steel Curtain Super Bowls or the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. So I'm going off this one. This one was pretty great. Two black quarterbacks. Well, first ever Super Bowl between two black quarterbacks. It lived up to its expectations. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are probably starting a dynasty, so people probably gonna hate them in the next year or two.
Damn.
Um, I watched the halftime show. I was a little bit. It was a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. A
Mm.
little bit underwhelming. Uh, and ever since I saw that meme of Rihanna, well, somebody
The
put a
Super
meme.
Smash Brothers, right?
Ever since I saw,
We will
I
never see that halftime the same again now.
oh my god, that was all I could think of.
Platforms definitely did this thing.
Well, I
But
think for someone who's probably roughly 4 to 5 months pregnant, I think she did pretty well. So,
I mean, yeah, but it's also the Super Bowl. If like I'm looking for a performance, like a performance, like Bruno and Beyonce, that was a fun performance.
it was.
Uh,
Yeah, probably top 10 for sure.
but like even the weekend going through that damn House of Mirrors looking high as hell was entertaining. It was just like I like the songs, but like it just really wasn't much of a performance because she really couldn't do much. So
Right? And I
so
think
I'm
that's what sold it, right? It was more of the suspicion of the baby bump, confirming or denying whether or not, she was pregnant or not.
Right.
And like, because if you look at the timelines on social media, nobody cared about the performance. It was just like, I know she ain't pregnant again. And it just took away. So even though, what I'm saying, of course we're gonna applaud her for being a phenomenal artist that she is and coming out and doing her thing at the grandest stage for NFL. But at the same time it was kinda like, oh, so you're pregnant, it kinda took away that lust. Like you said, you didn't get full entertainment, Rihanna. But then if you're a real Rihanna fan, you notice she never was like that
I'm gonna
dancing type
say,
of
like,
chick. She
she,
never showboated anyway. Like,
I think people have her confused with the Sierra or Beyonce. Riri has always been kind of. You might get a little wine here and there, but she ain't never just been no.
exactly. No, she's not.
Jump off the chair, bust a split, twerking on a handstand.
And
Like,
we had that one year with the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, the Nip. the Nip Gate scandal they call it, and now we got Rihanna's baby bump scandal, I guess.
Not
What?
scandal.
I
Well,
don't know, because she was in all red. They're gonna be like, the baby's gonna belong to the devil because she was in all red. Somewhere it's gonna be some controversy in that later
I
on.
thought it was just so she could stand out amongst the crowd.
right. Like I say, it just like for for the Super Bowl, it's like you gotta come out with a grandiose performance because it's the Super Bowl. I mean, you already don't get paid for it, so
Right?
What?
yeah, yeah. None of the performers get paid. It
You
just
know what? I would be doing the bare minimum too. You got me out here working for free, pregnant.
well, well. The thing is, a lot of these artists they do it for the exposure, and really, I think now that Apple Music is doing like the video, like the what's it the it's the Apple Music video performance. I think they get paid through like those plays through Apple.
And
So
Oh,
Vivo or any streaming like type of deal. But think about, but you gotta look at it. Hove is, got his hand in that type of field now with that, and Rihanna's this girl, so he made sure she was straight regardless.
yeah.
yeah, I was just like after I heard some of my favorite songs, like, well, I'm just gonna go back to my liquor and wait till the game to start back up.
Dang.
Which
Kind
yeah,
of disappointed. I was hoping Love song with Future, and she would have surprisingly bought my boy Super Future out, but they didn't need that level of toxicity out.
I
We
mean, I
did
was
not.
I was expecting at least like one guest appearance. I don't think there were no guest
The guest
Nope,
appearances.
you
appearance is the baby. Hello.
surprised.
I'm talking about by other artists,
Right.
like
No,
uh,
nothing. She didn't bring nobody out.
unless
No,
they put a mic to that woman, that baby singing. I need the guest appearances.
Mm,
they would have threw the whole Super Bowl away if that would have like actually happened, bro.
what? Oh wow.
But yeah, but like other than that, people wondering, uh, people wonder why I didn't do a show yesterday. Well, Super Bowl Sunday. Didn't want to compete with the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm already struggling as is.
Right? You even hurt my feelings on this day.
Dang.
So yeah, like but today I decided just go ahead and get the show out the way, and we got some things to talk about.
Ooh,
Talk about that Last of Us episode 5.
all right,
Uh,
host.
yeah, man. Had people sad. Had people sad. Me, I was just looking at the lay of the land like, I wonder if they take it better than I do when I first had to experience this.
Right?
It's like I enjoy people watching this show just because
Mhm.
I want you to feel the pain that I felt.
But I called it. I said on our like last week's episode that them black people weren't gonna make it. You know, the fact that they even had black people in the game, I knew they wasn't gonna last long. But
What does being black have to do with it
I don't
though?
know. I just had a feeling they wasn't
I
gonna get the whole
I
game.
about to say I don't think this universe care about your skin color.
Well, they's like, all right, you get one game, Negroes. But it was a good episode. It's for me. I'm sorry, episode 3 is still my favorite, but it was a very close second. It'll probably be the second favorite for sure.
Yeah, like yeah, man, but this is a spoiler discussion. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this episode. Then we got some trailers that released during and before the Super Bowl. In between me recording, we're gonna look at some of those trailers, and yeah, then
Nice.
we're gonna get on up out here. But yeah, episode 5. We are halfway through the season now. 4 more episodes left.
Okay.
Um, which yeah, this episode, last week's episode, I still enjoyed it, but a lot of people say it was okay. Last week's episode was more of a build up episode for this one
Right.
because it was setting up a lot of things that happened in this episode, and
Yeah.
and boy, yeah, this episode for people that were looking for a little bit more, people were knocking on the door, say, "Hey, where them infected at? Oh, you got a lot of it." they they saved every damn near infected person in that area for this episode.
Surprise.
But we need you to show up at 10 tomorrow, okay?
Right? You
Oh
thought it was going to be at a war with humans the entire first couple episodes. No, we're going to go ahead and change that narrative real quick.
yeah, but let's talk about the humans. The character Kathleen, I really did enjoy the addition to her to the story because instead, as you know, they gave the NPCs that we just killing off more
They
character and
get,
person. Like,
I
and
said that during this episode too. I was like, this this separated completely out of that game universe into now it's official kind of a pre-cinematic universe because it was like I like this now. Everybody got dialogue now. You know what I'm saying? There's a build up. There's suspense, and even those characters that get kind of foreshadowed got more of a let's put you up front and really let them get to know them more. So I really enjoyed this episode as well.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to find her name. Um, Melanie Linsky. I enjoyed her as a villain
Yeah.
because she was she was like so calm, but she was also so damn ruthless.
Mm.
Cause uh, it was like until we learned later on in the episode, I was like, God damn, Henry, what did you do to her? Like, she is massacring.
The whole city, like the whole city. She was like, burn everything down. No survivors. Burn them all.
Well, only the informers, not everyone.
I mean, of course.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
that that
but
makes it better. I mean, there's a justice system in place, but and you know, I was telling Jason, apparently they've been kind of fat shaming her on Twitter. I don't know if y'all watch America's Next Top Model, but I think the season one winner, Adrian Curry, or something like that, she had made some tweets about her body not being realistic for a post-apocalyptic zombie world or something like that. She took the tweets down.
How did you know? Like, there's no guidelines for that.
And me personally, I didn't even cross my mind. Like when we talked about it on the show, me and Adam were just more so like, why is this little woman in charge? And this episode answered my questions, but it never crossed my mind. She kind of fat for this to be an apocalypse. Like
it's
she's
like
in charge. She got access to food. That
it's
never
like
crossed my mind. So
is everybody in this world supposed to be emaciated? Like,
maybe that would make it to people more believable.
It's
But
like a
for
it's a
me,
drought on food. We need loose skin and bulimic people to be fighting these
but
wars.
for me, it never. As long as it don't take away from the story, I'm not paying that close attention. Like apparently people were, but I feel like the story is so intriguing that I didn't notice that. Hey, no one is really skinny. I just thought they still had access to food. There's just zombies now, So
so is everybody just supposed to look like emaciated Olsen twins or something? Like, I don't know. Like,
according to the top model, yes, because if she's gonna be leading
Right?
leading a rebellion during an apocalypse, you can't be thick. That's just you know.
You can't be Milia Djokovic. We get it, okay? You can't go with the whole, size 6, slim build. It's like she got on an overcoat. It might even just be the jacket that made her look very big like that. Like maybe
Right.
underneath the jacket, she may not even be that fluffed.
and then on top of that, she's a leader, so I mean, she would have access to food, and I'm pretty sure she would give herself more rations than everybody else. Like,
Well, a good leader would not, but I mean, yeah,
um,
I
I
feel
mean,
that.
yeah, but I think maybe it's just like a lot of body armor she's wearing. Prior, like if you're gonna assume the role of leader, they're gonna if they see you meek and timid, it's gonna be like they're not gonna take me serious. So maybe looking kind of bulky kind of gives it that established dominance that character needs, in my opinion.
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, man. Kathleen, I really enjoyed her as the episodic villain for this because her dynamic with Henry it just proves that there is it's just moral gray everywhere.
Facts.
Bec- because like at first like oh man she kind of hard on Henry, and then when we find out what Henry does like oh, yeah I could see why she wants your head on a spike.
Damn.
uh, and then just the dialogue. I just love the dialogue in this show, and it's just so ruthless. And she was okay. So we got to spoil. Like I said, we spoiling the shit out of this. The beef between um um Kathleen and Henry is that Henry's brother Sam has leukemia or had leukemia. I don't know how. I guess they had some magic drugs to get them leukemia away. So so Sam had leukemia, and the Fedra, well, before they got executed, they had medicine to help Sam, but they said, well, this is kind of high profile, so you kind of need to give us something more valuable in return. And well, what was that value, you ask? Oh, well, that was no other than the former leader of the resistance, Kathleen's brother. And so, yeah, Kathleen's brother got tortured and killed by Fedra. And then towards the end of the episode, it was so messed up. And
Bruh, right?
it was so messed up because like Henry was like, I didn't like Kathy was like, I know why you did it. I understand, but it's okay. But I still got kill you. Like he's just a fucking kid. Kids die every day,
They
Henry.
be.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, wow, wow, and like you, you could tell, like, to be honest, what's the name? I forgot Jeffrey Pierce's character's name, but he was trying to like gas her up so much, but saying like, you know what, we follow you, we believe in you. But back in my, I'm thinking, you were not a good leader because your ignorance to another problem that was clearly bigger than Henry arose when you could have taken care of that then and there, and in the end, it got your whole group fucked up.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, speaking of Henry and Sam, um, how did y'all feel about Henry and Sam as characters?
Sam, I love. I really adore that he actually is deaf in real life, and I'm glad that they took that extra mile to actually find a young African American boy who was deaf, and they had an on-site ASL teacher. They really put a lot into it in the show. You can tell when people put real energy into a piece of art, and I think it shows with this episode. It definitely stands out more than the previous episode. Henry is complex. That's why it's like it's very. This universe is very kind of like Once Upon a Time. It's very not able. It can't even be black and white because it's just everything is so gray, like you said. So, is he a bad guy? Maybe. What he necessarily did wasn't just good, but the cause and the reason for it is understandable. We're just trying to survive. Like, it's not fair that he even has to do this, and the only way to even get medicine to live is by being an informant. That's outside of his choice, but he did have a choice. So it's like, I was kind of, when old boy called him a rat, I respected it because technically you are, and I didn't trust him until we got by the sniper. I ain't
Yeah.
trust him because I
That
was
him did switch Goku. I was like, he gonna betray Joel and
exactly.
somewhere at this point.
Because, like, what if he's just doing this all over again to get on Kathleen's good side and he's gonna trade you in? So I ain't trust. I ain't played the game, so it was just, I didn't trust him until we got, past the tunnels and all that stuff. But it turns out he wasn't lying. Thank God for that, I guess. But you know,
Yeah,
um, but I enjoyed the characters. I knew already we weren't gonna have them very long, and that
Right.
stinks because towards the end, after the trust was built, it was like this relationship started developing. Ellie was the most likable she has been since this show started, and I really think that's because she had Sam, and even Joel was kind of becoming a more likable guy, and then it's like they finally kind of got companionship, and that was like ripped away within hours. So yeah.
yeah. What about you, Stead?
Yeah, no, I mean, I do see the dynamic change, right? But I also see the story of survival, like that comic book part, right? The significance of endure and survive. It was kind of the whole premise of how Henry and Sam are, getting through life. Like you're going to basically lie, cheat, and steal, but it's to survive. Like if something was to happen to Sam, I don't think Henry would be, that person that he is, that, quote unquote rat character. I just think it's a sacrifice that he's willing to put himself on the line to make sure that his brother is straight.
Yeah.
And yeah, outside of this universe going into the game universe, you know what I'm saying? It was more kind of, you saw it kind of happen so fast so you really couldn't see the deception. Whereas in this cinematic world, it's like, yo, you kind of really get to, they gave you the backstory of how they survived it. And, like you see Henry, like he said, look, I've been following you this whole time since you entered here. I'm the best chance you got of getting out of here. But you scratch my back, I scratch your back, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, for me, I really did enjoy that they fleshed out Henry and Sam more because we do spend time with Henry and Sam in the game, but they're part of group of survivors that were supposed to meet up at a certain place, and that was really all there was to the backstory. But here, since we're since we're fleshing out the NPCs that we're just brutally killing on our way and giving them personality and giving them purpose and whatnot, it was kind of cool to see from Henry Sam's point of view of what was going on
Right.
through to the lead up to Kathleen looking for them.
Mhm.
And yeah, man, like Lamar Johnson and Keyshawn Woodard or Kevon Woodard, they did a really good job. I really did believe the like the brother dynamic and the father son, and it was more of a father son dynamic because he had to take care of her. And man, uh, poor Sam, he drew the wrong hand in life in this world. Oh my God! Not only are you a child, but you are also deaf in this world. Like
And the
that,
cancer, don't be.
yeah, and leukemia. Like so, it like the world just you got dealt a horrible hand.
In life, right? And then you look at this boy, like imagine him becoming a clicker. I'll be like, you're like, there's no. Some clicker might look at you like, I got sympathy for you, like, cause I can't even hear you anyway, cause you know what I'm saying? Like, it just would be crazy, but he does have the worst hand dealt to him. But it makes you love him more in a sense, though, cause you get to see more of that innocence Joel was talking about. Like he really is on this. He doesn't see the spectrum that Henry is on, as opposed like he just sees Henry as his superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like Henry
Right.
ain't gonna leave me. Henry can't do no wrong, even though Henry's doing wrong. But to Sam is like we surviving. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right, right, man. And also, y'all, if y'all wanna get drunk, have a drinking game. Take a shot every time they say endure and survive. I was like, oh my god, what?
Right?
I
Yeah,
was
they was
like,
heavy on that line.
Yeah.
damn. I know it's an Easter egg for the game, but y'all ain't gotta say it every other sentence. Uh,
And said it in sign language too. Damn.
yeah, but yeah, but let's yeah, but also one thing I did like about Henry and Sam's introduction because it plays a part in the game as well. It helps Ellie and Joel's relationship strengthen because if y'all have noticed everybody that Ellie and Joel has met, it's a parallel to their relationship. Whether it's what it could be on the positive side and what it could be on the negative side. And Henry and Sam, they're the positive. They're the positive. Like this is what they could blossom into. It's kind of what Joel is afraid of it blossoming into because he doesn't want to lose Ellie. Because
Yeah.
it started with episode 4 when he was telling her to go hide. The way that Joel was looking at Ellie, it was like, oh wow, he's actually starting to care a little bit. You're seeing him more than just cargo. And like even in episode 4 when he was teaching her how to point and shoot a gun and basically having to protect herself and whatnot, and like apologizing to her, like, oh, okay, he's starting to loosen up a little bit. Um, at first, I was wondering, like, I wonder why they're not making him as brutal as he was in the game. But then I realized, for a TV audience, you don't want him to be as brutal
Nah.
because you would turn people away from Joel. Which I'm pretty sure that, like, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to wait to
I,
showcase his more brutal
I say
side.
season 2, he's going off hinge more. Like he's already episode 4. You saw him uncover that gamey side of him. Like you can be ruthless, Joel. But I just think as this wraps up, and like you say, it's change shifting that universe between him and Allie now. Like as in the game mode, you see that does start to happen. As they further travel. But here it's like we're gonna go ahead and kind of give you a glimpse of the friendship development and the trust kind of getting up. And you know what I'm saying? But then when there's that scene when they was going down the tunnel, he's like, "Get your gun out," and she pulls out of the pocket. And he kind of does still look back like, "You still not listening?" But he just like, at this point, what can you really scold her about now?
Right, right, right. But also, yeah, man. A lot of the changes that they're making to deviate from the game, they work. They work.
Agree.
Like, I think Sam being deaf, it makes it hurt a whole lot more when they take him from us, because because like, oh man, you feel bad for him, everything he went through. And I'm glad that they had it to in where in the show he tells Ellie instead of in the game. This little motherfucker, he don't tell nobody. He don't tell nobody. It like, so you mean tell me you would have got us killed without telling us? And he made sure to tell Ellie, because Joe would have shot him.
Know what I'm
Joe
saying?
would
Like his head blown off.
no,
Yeesh.
but no,
I'm
but
still me right now.
no, but I'm saying in the game, it's like even when he was just talking to Ellie, he don't even tell Ellie, and like,
Gotcha.
like I was like, well, I kind of like it better how he actually trusts Ellie, because like in the game, I'm like, you little motherfucker.
Can't wait to get your hands on it. At this point, the gloves are off. Kid or no kid, you're gonna die for this.
Yeah, I'm like, god damn. But I do like that. I do like the snipers, like the sniper in the game. The sniper just somebody you gotta, just another body in the way. But here
He
it's
definitely gave it more thorough than that. Yeah.
yeah, but here it's like, this is another, like, one thing I've always liked about The Last of Us, what more in part two, and in this show, is that they humanize what you see as the enemy. That's one thing that I've always liked, because there's no moral right way to go about things, because at the end of the day, you're killing another human being who's just trying to survive. Because that old man, he just look like, man, look, they told me just to do this. I'm ready to die. Like, I'm ready to die.
I mean, it's going to be the hands of you, or it's going to be a hand of a clicker. At this point, I don't really care.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was just like, that was another nice touch. Um, Also, shout out to my boy Ish getting a mention in the show. I wasn't expecting to hear about Ish, because, like, to be honest, that could be a whole episode. But then again, HBO Max said we got 9 episodes, so Ish, here's your mention. Because in the game, Ish kind of has a tragic end too. Because in the game, he makes a whole community underground, and
Whole community, bro.
infected ruin that
White guy.
community. Yeah, so it
They
like that.
spared us in that moment, that TV friendly moment, because I'm like, nah, that ain't the way that really went down. Like, it was way more dark, way more clicker friendly down there.
Boy, it was a goddamn. Hey,
Yeah.
like, hey, boy, like my boy Bill said in episode 3, it was Arby's down there with them infected. Boy,
Jesus.
but yeah, let's talk about the performances. I really did like Lamar Johnson. I was like, huh, he looks familiar. Where have I seen Lamar Johnson from? And then I'm like, oh, he's. I want to say he was in Dark Phoenix. I forgot about that. But then again, that movie was shit. So no wonder
That's
why I
what,
forgot.
child? What?
I
Who was he
forgot.
now?
It was one of the mutants, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, he
But
was
let's not
also
forget the role he had in what The Hate You Give.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he
The
was in
hate
there
you.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the old girl brother
I'm about
from
to
a
say
different.
he wasn't the one that got shot. No.
yeah. So he's getting him some work. As far as Kevon Woodard, I think this was his first role. I want to say, and it was awesome job. It was kind of nice that the ASL coach was. I was listening to the Last of Us podcast, and he legit was getting frustrated with the crew because he says, "If y'all are going to talk in sign language, you have to get the cadence down right." like he, like so it was nice to they were able to get the cadence down right to like actually so they can properly sign to each other. Like it was really nice. I was really enjoying the relationship between Ellie and Sam because, like I said, it's nice to see Ellie around another kid.
For a change, right? It took her
Yeah,
out of tough girl mode, victimized by being put in military school. Like you got to see her laugh and play, and she's like, "Can we just rest here?" You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff was just like, "Let me just be the kid." And Joel's like, "All right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna let you have your kid moment."
yeah. So that was a nice, adorable moment because like we finally get to see Ellie, who is seeing probably see more than the next kid of the violence and the cruelty of this world. So it was nice to see her be a kid for a change and actually soften up for change. I've always liked Ellie from the start just because she a smart ass and I was a smart ass as a kid, so I can relate to that. So but it was nice to see her be opening up more, being more playful, like the dad jokes. I was like, well, I like that because they also brought it out the game. Also, remind me of Adam Baldass, and I was like, oh, shout out to the co-host Adam. But yeah, man, it was just nice to see her finally be a kid, because it's like in this world there needs to be some type of levity because it's just so much depressing.
Pain, suffering, and griminess, and it's like, oh, there's a little rainbow right here for like 60 seconds.
And then Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason, they quickly took that rainbow away from us.
Give me the rainbow.
But yeah, but also Joel, like Joel, they're starting to let him open up more. He actually is accepting the friends now because there's one part he said, "Well, we're going to be going to Wyoming, and you
You're pretty
know,
much walking.
you're pretty much walking. I mean, you're."
We
And
had a
then,
truck.
and before he can even ask, Henry said yes. So it was just nice, but even if I didn't play the game, anytime somebody says yes to join, like that was your death wish. That was your death wish. You sealed your fate right when you said yes.
Right? We're throwing you under the bus immediately. Sink or swim. LA. Let them go first. We go hang back here. That way when the coast clear, we just go, sorry.
But yeah,
It's
did
still to be killed in this world.
but did you want to add anything, Jordan?
Um, I
Don't take
mean,
no.
I kind of said, I enjoyed the characters. I do like the sides that they brought out of the main characters. But I kind of I knew we wasn't gonna have them long, so I kind of was detached anyway. But I mean, how I don't even know if they would have fit. I think the writer made the right choice, or the game creator made the right choice. Because how would they even have fit in? Eventually, you know, whether they wanted to or not, eventually they probably would have become dead weight. So, he already got this little girl on his back. I don't know. I mean, it stunk. I thought it was really kind of sweet when she wrote "I'm sorry" on the Etch a Sketch. Um, that was pretty
Nah, yeah, it's dope. And also to add on what she's saying is like, this is a whole nother parameter. Last week I was trying to make comparisons to The Walking Dead. But this episode obliterated whatever opinions related to that. Was like it's nowhere in the park of that. Like even the clickers are their own breed. They faster, stronger. And this big Titanic one, like even in the game, still gave me nightmares. So seeing him come out of the tunnel was like, oh snap! They brought him to life.
Big Daddy Kane. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because that was my only thing. I'm like, I wonder since they're taking spores out the picture, how would they do the bloater? And then Neil Druckmann said, "Don't worry, Jason. I can answer your question. We're just gonna make him a big ass tank." I was like, "Oh," and boy, that scene. If you were looking for action, that scene was so entertaining.
It was. I do believe there was a great deal of. That's the thing that pissed me off about the episode. It was like all that plot armor to protect our protagonist, just for him to get bit on the fucking ankle, and then the other one commits suicide. Like we didn't went through the fire like Shaka Khan and lived, and that's how we going out. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, Kathleen was right at the end of the day. So, I mean, Kathleen was right.
Right.
Sam, uh, I did kind of like that because what I got from it, it was like, what I got from it is what what Henry did for Sam. It was like, I think, just in the weird turn of things, how think ways work, how things work in this universe. I feel like Sam, he was always meant to die. I feel like he cheated death once, but it was always going to come back. It was always going to come back to him dying because I, because what Kathleen said, I like, damn, she low key had a point. She was like, yeah, kids die every day, Henry. I like, that's cold, but fuck, she got a point though.
I mean, it's kind of like we were saying earlier about everything being black and white. God forbid, and I hate to use this term with characters I like so much, but it could just be karma. Because I mean, technically, what goes around does indeed come around. So maybe that was their karma.
Yeah, man.
You don't get to rat on people and get them murdered, especially good people, from what they said, about Kathleen's brother, and ride off into the sunset. That's just not how the
The
universe
world
works.
works. You're
So
right. No, I
it
agree.
stings because we really like them, and we could have went. Joel. He'll protect us. He Indiana Jones, but is that really fair though? Like you already got all this damn plot armor, so I think it worked out. I wasn't happy about it, but I kind of saw it coming. So you know,
Yeah. Also, like one thing I did, it was another change from the game because in the game, when he shoots the gun, when he shoots at Joel's feet, he says it's your fault. It's your fault because he's just trying to self-reflecting. I do like how they switched it to say when he was asking what did I do because like at the end of the day, he didn't see he did like at that point he didn't see Sam anymore. At that point, he just saw Ellie being attacked, and he was like, "Well, let me just do what I can." And then once he realized what he did, he said, "Well, guess ain't no point to living anymore."
Cause that was his whole sole purpose. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
was kind of his redemption moment. And then once you lose that redemption, it was like, okay, that kind of blows. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk with y'all. Y'all gonna set me up, or I'm gonna set y'all up. Cause that's just the way the dynamic works here. There's really, like they say, there's no honor amongst thieves.
damn.
But then I'm starting to pay attention to the way Joel talked. Like starting to understanding him more in this world is like something happened had to happen to Joel as a kid that just really just screwed him over to where he becomes this adult and becomes like how Jason was emphasizing so much about Joel on the last time we discussed episode 4. Like I see what Jason was talking about now. Like I see that game ruthless Joel in the show, like that dark gritty Joel now, but then
Hmm.
he's good at putting on this mask, like you said. He's like he's everything I think Tommy was when he went over the war. It's like he just became in his own war in the states.
yeah. Well, I also think that Tommy was Joel's light because from a lot of dialogue, they say that yeah, Tommy was Tommy. He always fought for a good cause. Like it seemed like he was just doing rolling with Joel and Tess so he can keep an eye on his little brother. So
Or he could have been a bum.
Who? Tommy?
He might have been. He was living with him. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but
Well, no. Tommy, he was a Desert Storm vet, so he was probably retired because they established in the first episode that he was a Desert Storm vet.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I mean, shoot, you retired at that point. I mean, shoot, benefits ain't that good anyway. Why you want to work some more?
wow.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Also, one thing I do like that see thing I like about the show is because it can do the game things that the game can't do and vice versa. Like in the game, you could not do child clickers. I like you wouldn't be able to do that. So in this show, being able to see that child clicker, which is oh my god, that shit was freaky.
Yeah, she was dope.
Hey, she was like a form of gymnastics. So she
Con-
was body bending and climbing.
yeah, like I think they hired an actual contortionist, and
Yeah.
I was like, this is just looks nasty.
But it had lead.
Whenever HBO puts actual contortionists, it's gonna be fire. Remember on Lovecraft Country, the Pickaninnies, man, you got to do it. If you're gonna do weird movements, go ahead, go full gusto, hire a contortionist because it's gonna make it twice as scary.
You know, she had to be crucial because Kathleen didn't even put up a fight with her. Kathleen just was like, you got me.
Lord, you
Yeah.
got me, Bill.
Also shout out. They just they making sure that these voice actors and stunt doubles they getting work in the from the game because I think they got the same dude that did the mocap for the bloater in the game too.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah, and apparently that whole scene it apparently it was very time consuming. It seemed like it cost a lot because of I think Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann said, yeah, there's a shortage of FX artists, so it was very hard to do this scene.
So we relied on heavy smoke and mirrors for this one. Like camera angles and smoke and mirrors. Give him one good scene, rip his head off, and go.
Yeah, and it was also nice because, like I said, I'm glad that everybody from all as like all viewpoints can enjoy this show. People who haven't played the game can enjoy the show. People like me get little Easter eggs. Like I don't know if you caught it, Stead, but the way that he got his head ripped off, it's that one hit kill from the game.
That
Where he,
one, I hate them bloaters, bro. Bloaters was the reason they gave me jump. They give you some quick jump scares because running into them was like, oh snap, you didn't see it, and because I think what in that game part, like you actually like get to take out a few clickers prior to like doing the whole house scene as they showing up. If I remember correctly, I'm a little rusty on that, not time, but it was just like. Yeah, I don't think that bolt rifle would even lay like a scratch on that bloater.
nah, man, Molotovs and shotgun shells. That's how you take down a bloater.
Right.
Take notes, Joel. Take notes.
Yeah, you're about to turn up.
but
Oh
but also another Easter egg that I caught Stead is when Ellie stabbed the clicker in the neck with the shiv. I'm like, wow. Took right out the game. That
Right out
really
of there. Just jump over it. Just get, they giving it that little kid moment like, don't worry about your pistol anymore, Allie. Just stab.
yeah. But also it's also nice touch how unlike the game since nobody knows that Sam is bit, yo asshole. Uh, uh,
I knew
uh,
it because they was holding on to his ankle too long. Like I kind of
yeah,
seen the glimpse of it. I was like, he got it. It was right there. It was too obvious.
yeah, but it was also kind of a nice touch how Ellie tried to, in her way, try to heal Sam, knowing it was everybody knowing it wasn't going to work. But I feel like that's also going to play a part going forward because I feel like now she felt like she had a little bit of purpose now, but then when that one moment didn't work, she says, "Well, am I really important?"
now I'll be saying the same thing. Shit.
But like even when she was doing it, I was like, I don't think that's how that works, Ellie. I don't, I don't think that's how that works. But okay,
I mean,
Okay.
that's
That
how
was
it
a
works
nice
in
touch.
Twilight. Drink my blood, school.
These these are
So,
not
Blade.
these are not vampires. These are not.
Right.
yeah. When Bella was about to die, it saved the
But
day. So I don't blame her for trying.
but I don't think it was too. The world went to shit in 2003. I don't think Twilight was even a thing for them.
Dang.
Wouldn't even hold a candle for this type of thing.
So, but yeah, man. But yeah, but like, that whole conversation with Ellie and Sam was also kind of nice because even though Sam couldn't talk, they still carried the conversation like they did in the game, and they confirmed yes, people are still alive in there. They are not dead. They are just stuck. They are trapped in their bodies, and it makes it even more sad.
It really does, cause like if I'm trying to think of other films or other projects like this, like Kingdom on Netflix. They're gone. They're complete zombies, and that makes it better, not better, but easier to do what you need to do to keep living. But if I
Right.
kind of know you're still in there, eh,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
in the game it's worse because when stalkers are just standing still, you can actually hear them crying and groaning in pain. And I'm like, oh, they are suffering right now. They are really
oh yeah,
suffering.
Right. It's like my mind is here, but my body's totally not there.
that's
And then
crazy.
just think, when you're a clicker, you're just imagine how much immense pain you're in because your head is legit split open.
Right. You have fungi now. Like you just.
I was like,
I can't
oh,
keep up. So what is the difference? There's too many categories. Um,
so okay, when you're freshly infected, you're a runner.
I
When
we
you're
haven't
fresh,
heard that one. So is that the infected?
they're all infected. The
Oh,
ones the ones that run to you are the runners.
I haven't heard
Then
that term. Yeah, I heard that.
then you have clickers, which is I want to
Right.
say it's I want to say it's 5 years after infection.
Dang.
Then you have bloaters, where after 5 years they were just too physically strong to be overtaken completely, and they just get a bunch of fungi.
It's like Debo if Debo got bit by a zombie and
Yeah,
still maintain his Debo establishment.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
And then there's one more, but I don't think we've even seen them. I don't know if we will even see them at this point. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm open to surprises.
Yeah, I hope this surprises.
So
But yeah,
technically, if you're not like a big and strong person, 5 years is like the max, and then you turn into a big fungus and die.
well, the fungus just takes over you at that point,
Hmm.
and like you just like become a wall decoration at that point.
Kind of like
Yeah.
remember Pirates of Caribbean where old boy dad was.
Oh yeah, yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that.
I've actually never watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
You suck.
Dang, dang.
Hmm.
Tell-
Not even Curse of the Black Pearl. Not damn what.
No,
Damn.
I might have caught a little bit of one, but no.
How you on a movie review podcast and don't
It's
you
I recall it being kind of boring, but I mean, I might give it another go.
wow.
but uh, but
I don't
yeah,
feel
man.
bad. It kind of sucked after part two anyway.
Dang.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that World's End. I was like, what? No, World's End was alright, but after World's End, like, we can stop this.
Right. But
And then
moving back into the subject matter at hand.
yeah, but yeah. So, uh, people just know if you're over 6, if you're 6'6" and swole, you'll be fine. I mean, you won't be fine if you get infected, but
Hmm.
you'll look cool at least. Uh,
Imagine Shaq as a bloater. Yeah.
oh,
It did not look cool. It looked
nah.
disgusting.
Oh, that should look I've always liked I've always liked the designs. I've always thought the designs were unique and cool looking, especially like the clickers. It's visceral and disgusting, and like Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Other than just the how
Bingo. It definitely took away like
Yeah, very
go through
unique.
all the Resident Evil kind of. Wait, I don't know that because Res kind of got like a lot of freakish nature,
well
but
they
this
got
one got more of a body distinguished like
Yeah.
disgust.
well those aren't zombies. Those are just bioweapons at that point. Like
Yeah,
like they even said that they even call them bioweapons. So, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
will say their design, compared to other things like World War Z, Resident Evil, Kingdom, is very unique. The fungus come out the head. It's very unique. So I give them props for that.
I'm just saying they made walkers look like they was ordered off Wish at this point.
Do I just need to watch that show. So, but y'all keep talking about it, but I've never heard anything but good things about The Walking Dead. So.
That's because people have no life to sit on AMC and watch this. And then they give you Fear of the Walking Dead before they even finish it to even make it worse. It's like watching the same show again, but the characters are still alive.
I mean, like I said, for a lot of people, The Walking Dead works. It's just for me after the prison. No,
Yeah, you walk away like after pretty much
after
after
like
Deacon kind of came in, I was like kind of done.
yeah, and that horrible dialogue. This is why this is such a breath of fresh air because this dialogue is so good.
Makes sense for this world, bro. It does. Like it's believable. You can sell me on it. It doesn't sound too rehearsed. It doesn't sound like you're forcing me to say this line, and it doesn't even fit my character.
Yeah, and also every actor that they've gotten, even if they had a little bit of screen time, they did a really good job.
Agreed.
I
Like
agree.
I really did like Lamar Johnson's performance as Henry. I love Sam's performance as Sam. Um, Melanie Linsky, I loved her as Kathleen. Like just cause I like she's the one feeling like you like damn I hate you. she, she like damn I hate you because at first like oh she got a little bit of redeeming quality, but then when she said kill them and burn the bodies, it's faster. I was just like
I don't know. I mean, again, it's one of those things because from what I took from what the survivors were saying about Fedra, these might as well have been Nazis. They were raping people, murdering people, making them inform. Like it really gives Nazi vibes. So to
Mhm.
think that she helped overtake them, not that her leadership has been. I think her leadership has been misguided. She's been so blinded, with trying to
Yes.
get revenge, which is, but it's understand. That's what I'm saying. I like her because she's kind of like a female Joel. She's not. Is she evil? Is she not? It's just like Henry. Like technically, I did a good thing. What she did was good, and I mean, sorry for you, informant, but you had a choice too. You had a choice, and you ratted out your neighbors, and now, and what do you know? The people that you thought was gonna have your back are dead.
well
Sorry,
reason
so I mean, I ain't saying it's right, but I understand it.
well
Mhm.
the reason why I said I like that character because they give me reason to hate her because all of her reasons they're illogical and it's just to fulfill her bloodlust. Like
Yeah, yeah.
she has a bloodlust because
Because her
like she
brother, probably her only family was murdered. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's understandable. So
no
it's
no
like,
I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm saying
yeah,
like I understand about I still have disdain for her because of what she's doing to quell her bloodlust because
yeah,
she really got her whole like got all those survivors killed because she did not handle that infected situation
right,
when
Right.
Jeffrey Pierce's character
yeah,
brought it to her attention and like when he said should we tell the others say yeah we'll tell them later I
yeah.
like
I
I
do
like
believe she was definitely blinded by revenge. Um, so it's really kind of complex, I think she did what needed to be done to get rid of a really horrible power that was in place, and that was good. But then when her, I think when that last part of her that was probably human, which was her only family, was murdered, I think she just really got distracted from leadership. Because I don't even think she wanted leadership. Like he was in charge, and I was fine with that. But y'all murdered him. Like long story short, you the people I'm really trying to save on the coup, y'all turned him in. So but
At this
I
point,
understand what she was doing.
I have to embody what he was at that point. Like, I
I'm
have
gonna
to be Groot.
try.
Right. Like, I ain't really cut out for this. And
But
then,
she said that. She said, he was forgiving. That's not me. Like, You know, I mean, she was honest about it. So I get what Jason's saying too. I think we would want someone to be okay. You did a good job leading us out of Egypt. Now you kind of, you know, you focused on the golden calf. Like I need you to get refocused on getting us back to the promised land. So I definitely get what Jason is saying. I think she just got very, understandably so, distracted with revenge. A good leader would have focused on, okay, I got the people who are not informants free. Let's make sure we keep this a working and functioning society. Then we can find Henry. But I think she was under the fear that he would have got away. Like it seemed very urgent, even though this nigga ain't got no food, no transportation. Like he wasn't gonna get very far. But you know, so it was an interesting character. I hate we only had her for such a short time, but I think she was well written. You know, I after I saw this episode, because the last episode I was like, man, shoot this bitch in the head.
Yeah.
But after this episode, it answered my questions. Because I was like, first of all, I was like, is this her baby daddy or something? Why is she so obsessed with this nigga? Like the ground is moving. There could be nothing. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. Because I got sisters, and if they was the last family I had in this world, especially my oldest one, because she's like very safe, very forgiving, and you had her murdered, I'm probably coming for you. I'm probably
Yeah,
hungry. So it's like I get it now, you know, because at first I was like, what the fuck? Did he lay the dick and leave her hanging? Like, why is she so obsessed? But now we know. So
yeah, and also it was just part of me was just happy. It was because it was just poetic justice. As
I
soon
agree.
because
Me
as
too.
soon as because as soon as she said kids die every day, Henry, then that clicker said, yeah, bitch, you about to die too by a kid, so get ready. I was
I
like,
don't know how I felt about it. I mean, I was glad because Henry was about to get booked, you know,
I don't think nobody ever really
get done
caught
up.
that though. That whole instant of let me show you just how ruthless we are, ma'am. You just want to
Mhm.
off us like that.
Right. It was definitely plot armor, but it was still interesting because in real life, them things would not have bust out the ground right at that moment. No, Henry would have got a bullet in his head. But I'm here for it. It made a good story. You know, thank God for the plot armor. You know, Karma showed up right on time, so
Yeah.
so that
well,
worked
I,
out pretty well.
I would say it was plot armor, but also they did kind of set up saying that they were underground,
Yeah.
and even in the game, a truck crashes into the
Oh
house.
yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
it
the
did.
truck. Okay, because I
So
forgot the truck made the hole, and that's how they
yeah,
got out. Okay, okay.
yeah, and then that bloater was like, "What's up, bitches?
He
Get
did kind
my."
of walk out there like a
Daddy's home.
wrestler.
Feed children, feed.
Yeah.
Man, and the way that they were coming out, that whole
Oh my gosh,
that
like
shit was
roaches
terrifying.
in.
That
Woo.
shit was terrifying.
Mm-mm.
Sworn, bro. That was like the best scene I can honestly say I've seen in a long time for this type of environment. Cause it took, you know what I'm saying? It was that moment of you're gasping as Henry's about to attack. You're waiting to see if Joel was gonna put a bullet in her at that moment. Like Joel was trying to even see, but then Joel's like, ah, he's a rat anyway at that point.
Yeah,
You
what
off
was
him.
Joe doing?
It was like, yeah, hey, you gotta die, you gotta die. It ain't my business. I'm just supposed to be getting
I don't
Allie.
think that.
And
I
his
don't
and
know.
his primary objective is like, I'm just supposed to get Allie out here, just fulfilling a friend that died that was close to me promised now. But now you kind of see, like you said, that open heart dynamic where he's kind of trying to making friends and being trusting. But then he's still Joel at the end of the day. Like I don't care how much you think he trusts you, he'll
Yeah,
still probably slice your throat in the middle of the night and be going on to the next town.
I don't know because like I'm gonna watch it again because what was Joe doing during that moment? Because I think if he
He
had,
was scope watching. He was scope watching the
He
whole
was
time.
trying to. He was more so protecting Ellie from
Facts.
above.
hmm but
Which
this
What
is
you do in
before
the
the
game.
clickers came out. This is when they were like behind the car, and then Henry comes out. That's why I really like this episode because these characters are so complex. Like, you know, yes, Henry was a rat, and what he did was fucked up. But I bet that's the first really just jacked up thing he's probably ever done, and it probably took a lot for him to do it because even then he was willing to sacrifice himself.
I mean,
You
he
know,
did say.
I don't think he's a selfish bitch ass nigga, and I don't necessarily think Joel is either because if he really was that person, I mean, I don't know in the game, yes, but
No, you're
in
speaking
the
facts though.
show, it's like remember on the steps when he was like, "You didn't kill us, we didn't kill y'all." You know, if he was really that Rambo type nigga, as soon as they put the gun down, he could have blew both of them to hell. That's what I
I'm,
would have done. You know, if I'm that type of person, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, Henry even said like, I really never pointed a, really never shot anybody or killed anybody before.
Yeah,
Like me pointing an unloaded gun at you was the closest I have
have
to
been to being
pointing.
violent.
Like
Yeah,
he's good to setting you up for the one that is gonna pull the trigger.
dang.
Yeah, yeah,
That was an impulse move that he had to play.
but yeah, man, I just this show it's still great. It's still amazing to me. It's still amazing to me, and like just I just hope. I don't know about you, Steph, but after I got done with the game, it's like only two or three games I can think of that had me actually when I saw the credits, I just sat for a moment and just
Let
clapped.
him roll.
Like I just sat there and just clapped because I was like, wow, this was amazing. I hope that the end of this first season will give me that same feeling of of fulfillment because so far this thing is like this show is really good.
No,
And
and I love that they can put backstories in the midst of still going forth with, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
everybody's disclaimer for episode 3 is the whole LGBTQT plus, romance moment. But then you kind of see it shift as it ends to see Joel come back and find out that these people are now dead. He
yeah.
gotta, he gets left. I'm mad at the fact that he said, I leave you all my guns and whatever you want. And you you didn't load the truck up with all the guns.
Same. I said the same thing.
Granted, you
I was like,
probably ain't gonna use all of them, but you
are
just
we
gonna
coming back? You know, is that why we're not getting it all?
like
Like,
well,
you really
I
trusting
mean,
your handy dandy revolver, sir? Like,
I mean, from a survival standpoint, you want to pack light,
agreed.
and
yeah,
pack
okay.
light and effective because just imagine you in the 5 feet. Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this AK out my bag. Oh,
I
damn, the
mean, I
zipper ripped.
understand you're gonna do that, and in a game like playing it in a game standpoint, of course, you're going to reluctantly grab the pistol before you're going to grab like the automatic machine gun. You know what I'm saying? Machine guns are used as a last resort when the pistol ammo is already low.
But yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, this episode great. I love this episode. It's still like the show is still keeping the steady pace, and I am so excited for the winter episodes
Oh
because
yeah, that was my favorite moment in the game. If we're gonna switch dynamics,
yeah. So I hope that they do the winter episodes justice, and we next episode we saw in the preview we're going to see Tommy, and I can tell that Gabriel Luna played the game because he sounds just like Tommy. Like I close my eyes when he talks like, wow, it sounds just like video game Tommy.
Yeah. I kind of don't like because I've always thought Tommy was capped, so I don't really like that they gave away that he was still alive. I don't even know if I like that he was still alive because what kind of plot armor you got going out, you know?
wow.
Well, no,
But
I mean they explain like everything that you have a problem with. They explained because Tess and Joel had like what was it? Tess and Joel. It was Joel and somebody. I think Elliot asked about Tommy, and he
Yeah,
was saying yeah. So he ran with us. Well, no, he ran with us for a little bit, and he
that's
felt
how
like
I met Tess. Right.
yeah.
yeah,
Then he said he wanted. Then he said Tommy was always a follower, and he wanted to feel like he was doing some good, so he went to be with the Fireflies,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
But
and
I
then
mean,
he
I'm just saying, like, we're out here looking for him. We ain't heard shit from him, and he up here with some snow boots
I
on.
mean, he's been in contact with Tommy though, but like it was that radio contact. They've been in contact, but then after a while, he kind of went off this radio radar, and it's like,
Right.
okay, now I gotta go make sure my. It's a brother to brother thing. I just need to know, confirm the body count. If he's dead, he dead. If not, then I'll work that out too.
yeah
Right, but
because
seeing as he is not dead, my nigga, you couldn't pick a phone up like you saw
well
when he was buzzing
well
you.
I think from what like that conversation between him and Ellie, I think they still kind of keep in contact, but I don't think they're on good terms. Because even in the preview, they don't seem like they're on good terms.
Like
Nah,
this apocalypse. This ain't no time for no beef.
But
I ain't
see,
coming across the country to
but
find
see,
your ass.
but see, that's the I think that's why in the next episode we're going to probably maybe see flashbacks of Joel's more brutal side because even Tommy was kind of kind of kind of talking down to him and saying, yeah, all the shit that we did because even in the preview he says We did a lot of bad shit, Joel.
Right, like don't come to me and act like your skeletons in the closet got bone clean. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just saying
and
you could have picked up a phone. That's all. I done drug this baby across the country. I done lost tests. Oh my gosh, we done lost two new black friends trying to
I
find
mean, but then in an apocalypse world, you done built this whole other life. At this point, you be like, yeah, I got a brother. Uh, I ain't talked to him in about 6 months. He's probably dead.
Oh, I'm saying you up here with snow boots and
Like
furs
you
on and
just trust your gut instinct. If your gut tells you in this storyline that somebody's close to you is just dead, you don't go look for him anymore. That's why Joel's on the opposite end because he's like it or not, I'm still going to go find my brother.
yeah, and once again, if he was such a piece of shit, I don't think he would care. He especially wouldn't do all this to try to find him. But I mean, to each his own, you know. I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know. But you know,
That's okay. You can always go on YouTube and watch gameplay and watch.
I don't want any spoilers for the show. So
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, but
kind of a reincarnated version of the game, but with its own more development and making NPC characters actually have some value.
yeah,
yeah, because like about the NPC character, like Kathleen, shit, Kathleen probably was a bitch that I killed like within the first 4 hours of the game.
sorry to
Like,
With
Kathleen.
no hesitation, with no remorse.
nah, you ain't played the game. Those people are assholes laying around all them goddamn pipe bomb traps.
So, well, she ain't necessarily Mother Hubbard in the show.
Bruh, then you run into like they always try to run into the robbers in the middle of stuff. Be like, why?
Getting done fighting infected. They say, "Hey, I see you got some food." Like I have nothing, sir. I have 2 bullets. I have nothing.
Right, bruh. You gotta understand. So fighting scavengers, this I love Joel because he's like ain't no in between with me. Like, of course,
Man,
Ellie's gonna have that soft heart as a kid, which is gonna make him compromise his whole executionary period. That's why he'd be like, "Go in the hole, just go in the hole, get out my way. I need to go ahead and do this with a clear conscience."
Dang.
shit. But he's not like I said. This Joel is a whole lot nicer in the game because he would just brutally murder people in front of Ellie, no problem. I,
And she's like, and she gets more of the excitement period. Like that's the difference between Ellie and Joel's daughter again. Like Joel's daughter would be like utter disgust, like, "Daddy, stop! You can't be doing it." Ellie is over there like, "Hey, Joel,
kill
let me
that
see."
motherfucker!
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Use the 2x4. Put the nails in
Yeah,
it.
Ellie's your biggest cheerleader on any executionary periods.
Yeah, and also I found it. I felt like a piece of shit because after like Neil, after the first game came out, Neil Druckmann said, "Yeah, see, the way we constructed this game, yeah, sure you kill people in cutscenes, but only because you have to. But you could really go through this game without killing anybody." I'm like, oh,
Mm.
and I was just murderizing everybody, huh?
Right? Like it's just, and it's the impulse of I
It's
just
it's
want to do
instinct. It's instinct. Like I didn't think about it. Like, oh, yeah,
it. Not gonna do it because somebody gonna rub me raw the wrong way, and you gotta die now. I don't play innocent roles.
I don't like the way that NPC's walking. Let me go ahead and shotgun his leg off real
You
quick.
feel me? This comes from growing up on like Metal Gear Solid and like
GTA.
right, GTA, Siphon Filter, like anything where you're gonna give somebody sympathy, and later on in the game they're gonna come back and kill you. I might as well just kill you now. Like I don't give you a chance to come back from me.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all. That does it for the review. Like I said, I think it's safe to say we all enjoyed this episode.
Great.
Yeah, man. If they got that scene in the little town, if they got more scenes like that, I'm really excited because that was a well directed scene and it was so entertaining. And then also, my side note, I hate when people just shoot at something big as hell. See that shit not working. I would have ran. I would like, yeah, my bullets ain't working.
You knew you already been chewing off the stragglers that was already there, so you knew you was on half a clip.
I'm talking about the minute I would have seen Yao Ming or Fungus Yao Ming lift that dude up with one hand and smash his ass on the ground. Said, you know, Kathleen.
Right? He goes, I need you to go and don't look back. I'm thinking maybe you finna go commando, you finna pull out some grenades and be on some self-sacrifice like Will Smith in the end of I Am Legend. And you just was like,
He
nope, I
died.
gave you half a clip. It bounced right off him like rubber. And then you just died like you don't even put up a fight.
Boy,
He just grabbed you and just
boy, he died screaming like a bitch. Like,
Wow. Wow.
but yeah, y'all. Yeah, that does. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I have fun talking about these every Monday because this show is actually really good. I'm gonna be sad when this goes off the air. It's gonna be really
Cause I
sad.
was, yeah, like I was asking, I'm not really sure what's lined up next. As far as TV for this year, anyway. I guess Bel Air, yeah.
I'd like to take you live because you just told us earlier in this show you was gonna go over the commercials for from the Super Bowl. Was that not part of this content night, or were we gonna get into that next? Because I
Uh,
know you, Jason. You real good at. We're over an hour. It's time to make the exit, sir. And I look forward to these Easter eggs of content moments because that
well,
Flash preview was dope.
oh no, I'm gonna look at some of the trailers. I I really didn't like none of the Super Bowl commercials. The only one I really did like was the Uber commercial. That shit was hilarious with Diddy. I was laughing my ass off.
The Pepsi try. This was the worst Pepsi commercial. We got it alone.
Man, Pepsi commercials always suck. I like Pepsi
Put a
commercials.
celebrity up there like you know you don't even care about it now. Like
Now that Maya Rudolph Eminem commercial, that shit was actually kind of funny.
Wow.
But yeah, y'all, we ain't gonna look at none of the Super Bowl commercials because really none of them are really.
I didn't care about the commercial. I'm just this is bringing the popcorn, sir. I like the movie thing, the
Oh yeah,
whole putting the original song in the Super Mario Brothers commercial thing.
oh yeah. So here's the thing, y'all. If you have lived under a rock, or maybe just don't have, or like maybe just oblivious to it, everybody knows the menace known as Ezra Miller, and they have been on a tear recently. See, I got it right, y'all. I finally got the pronouns right. I spent a month in the hyperbolic time chamber working on my pronouns. I
Here's a
got it right.
cookie.
I got it right. I was. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know
So,
what? It's been before you go on. It's been so much drama around them, the person, that I knew a Flash movie was coming, but their foolishness has been. We've talked about them so much on this show this past year because it's been nonstop, back to back, fuck assery, and now this wonderful trailer comes out, and it's like, damn, I forgot a movie was coming because it's just it's just been so much bullshit, and then you want to. It looked good too, so it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. So before we play this trailer, let's just give you the track list if you have not followed on none of our shows. So, what has Ezra Miller done? Well, let's start off with they tried to fight the whole island of Hawaii. Um, he choked somebody out on, or they choked somebody out on camera. They stole they they robbed somebody of their liquor, which I feel is the worst sin of them all.
didn't they
Uh,
hold up a couple or something? It was somewhere.
yes, they kidnapped. They were being charged with kidnap and possible grooming. That I don't know if anything has came to that. And I feel like I'm missing something. At this point, just making the reverse flash because this is reverse flash behavior. This this
Right.
person, they are a menace. They are a straight up menace. So yeah. So
Talking about
everybody.
their rehabilitation. How the fuck do you rehab for kidnapping and beating people?
Well, look, Warner Brothers, like
What is the rehab for that?
Warner Brothers, like shit. We trying to rehab our pockets. This movie cost $200 million.
And let me ask y'all this before you play the trailer.
And we got Michael Keaton in a bat suit again.
It's like everybody that's involved with this didn't y'all just fire everyone? So why even put this out and get people's hopes up that it's gonna lead to something if you just got rid of all them
I
people?
feel
Like,
like
Well,
again, my opinion is Michael Keaton, Tim Burton's Batman Returns in this movie and was like, we're not gonna move lose this iconic moment.
which
well,
I'm with. I'm with it. You know, I am going to see it. I mean,
well. The thing is, and James Gunn confirmed it. This is going to reboot the DC universe because it's time travel. Like time, like the Flash, he's messing with time, so he's probably gonna make a whole nother timeline. So if they do ever want to bring these people back, they could because now there's a whole nother timeline that they can pull from. Which the Flash has always did that because the Flash he's really a bad superhero
well,
because
on
he
the
always
show, yeah, but
because
like,
he always fucks up the timeline. So
but
Yeah.
Ezra's Flash has this is a lot for Ezra's Flash's character because he really didn't do a whole lot in Justice League. So I'm kind of torn because I was always interested to
I
see
mean, he's
more
the
from him.
Flash. Like he doesn't really do a lot. Like all his
Well,
missions
he
be
got
like,
a show and it got like 9 seasons, don't it?
well,
Something.
well, no, the Flash does a lot. Like I said, when you focus on just the Flash, but he's not one. If you're not the Holy Trinity, which is Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, you're not going to get that much shine. Like you're not going to get
Yeah.
that much shine when you're with the Justice League. So he was supposed to get his movie years ago, but those two people I will not name, they messed everything up trying to fast track the Justice League and trying to compete with Marvel. So the Flash movie it got pushed back so many goddamn times. And James Gunn said, "You know what? People,
screw it.
we've been having this Flash movie on the slate forever. We need a reset, and the Flash is the best hero we can do the reset with since we're pulling from the Flashpoint paradox, which just the basis premise of Flashpoint paradox. Barry goes back in time to save his mom, and in the process of saving his mom and giving himself a good life, he fucks everybody else's life up. So, so yeah. Before we watch this trailer, let's well, before we give our thoughts, let's all watch this trailer for Flashpoint, which I myself am excited for because I am a huge Flash fan.
Ezra though.
Hey, hey, I told y'all from the get go, whether it's Ezra or Jack the Ripper, I'm seeing this Flash movie.
It's like
I've been
bringing
waiting.
back Empire show and then recasting Jesse Smollett.
It's just not that
It
I
is
never
not. You will not do. No, you will not do justice. He
I've
would have never done
never
that. Never
I've
done that.
never been a fan of Ezra Miller as a Flash. Me personally, I prefer Grant Gustin because he embodies the character of the Flash better. I just wanted a Flash movie, and I'm finally getting the Flash movie. Hey, and to all you people that are judging me, I'm sorry. I'm watching the movie for the Flash.
I mean,
Not
nobody's because everybody's gonna see it. So there's no, they're making memes, but people are gonna see it. And I think personally, and I said this before, I think James Gunn supports Ezra because he is not in favor of cancel culture, and that's something he's experienced. I think he kind of backs him up because he, what's that word when you understand, empathize, or when you can understand and relate what somebody's been through. I think he kind of
It's just a lot of money invested into this film.
yeah, I just
and
that's
that
what.
too, but he could have been replaced. He could have been replaced.
Well,
So why
It
he?
was too much.
well, I mean, you said I kind of disagree because they were so far ahead in shooting when this was going on. It's like Warner Brothers already spent two hundred
Exactly. It's
a
too much
quarter
investment.
billion $250 in. So you had to
Maybe.
reshoot. You had to reshoot all of his scenes. Then you had to spend resources to find another actor. So it's like I can see why James Gunn said, "Fuck, man, let's just do some reshoots." Because I feel like if anything, they'll be like, "Look, he'll, he'll do what he did to The Rock. We'll call you if we need you. Uh, somebody, somebody bring another." Somebody bring that backup flash we had on ice. Somebody bring him through the back door.
Is the Arrowverse this Flash through yet? We can we bring him in? Can we go ahead?
Which I honestly would prefer him. I just like he is a better Flash. Like he just better Flash just with shittier CGI.
Wow.
But yeah, oh snap. Yeah,
To
so
the
let's
trailer.
so let me I actually got the wrong screen. I actually got the wrong trailer up.
You had one
Yeah.
job. One job.
No, I have a lot of stuff, sir. I have a lot of stuff. Okay, you are not going to judge
You
me.
went from AFC popcorn to the dollar movie popcorn.
Oh, oh wow, Bel Air. Okay, so Bel Air has a trailer. I didn't even
We ain't
realize
even
they.
worry about that right now, sir. We are talking about the Flashpoint movie. We'll
I'm
kill
actually
Bel Air the
looking
next
forward to
episode.
Bel Air season 2.
I am too, but right now we ain't doing a review about that. We can do highlights of the show later on in the season.
I'm just saying. I didn't even know that they released the trailer.
Was it during the Super Bowl?
No, it was 3 weeks ago.
Dang. I heard Tubi had a commercial during the Super Bowl too, and I just want.
Hold,
I
hold
thought
on,
you were saying what a Tubi.
hold on. All right, y'all. So here is the trailer for The Flash. Okay. And YouTube, please do not copyright strike us. This is fair use. This is fair use.
I
And
know you heard
this,
that.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere.
why is this
Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. My face. So my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Whew. Well, I just have one thing, y'all, and one thing only to say. Just one thing only. Shit, I cannot wait. I have been waiting for this forever. I'm finally getting the Flash movie. Look, they cannot ruin this movie for me. I have been waiting to see this for almost. Wait, when did that other one come out? When was it supposed to come out? 2019. I have been waiting. No, actually 20. Yeah, no.
Are you talking
Wasn't it
about
right along with Aquaman, right? It was supposed to be right along with Aquaman.
I've been waiting for damn near 5+ years for this movie. I saw things I've been wanting to see. The Flash ring. and me as a huge comic book nerd and a huge Flash fan, I've been wanting to see the Flash ring, um, Kara, Kara Zor-El. I'm glad to finally get to see a Supergirl. Um, they bringing Zod back. Why not? I mean,
I'll tell you why not. Because they fired Henry. That's what I'm saying. It's not why even why.
because
If it's not gonna go anywhere. And it could have went somewhere, but he was like, nah, fam, we're
What-
starting over. Like that's I don't know.
well, the reason why is because this this Zod, I don't think it's from him Man of Steel Zod. I think it's I think they're part of their own universe. That's why I said the multiverse is weird.
I'm about to say that was
Right.
that nigga because that looked exactly like him.
No, but I'm saying
Nah.
no, but like I'm saying, like you see that there's two Batmans, we have a Supergirl, we have two Flashes, then there's Jesse Quick. She's cast in the movie. Like Barry legit said, yeah, I broke the universe. I
Right.
broke the universe. So I don't think,
Spider-Man, eat your heart out, right?
yeah,
We
like
shall
so.
see. I don't know if it's gonna be better than No Way Home,
No.
but it's
Oh,
interesting.
nah.
You think it's gonna be better than No Way Home?
I don't think so.
Me personally, I just feel like there's not much nostalgia to feed off for me. It's like for me, I feel like I love No Way Home more because of the nostalgia. But if they can do, like I said, Flashpoint is one of the best Flash stories ever made.
Period.
If you can get Flashpoint right, I might enjoy this better than No Way Home.
And we got
Because-
Michael, like we got the original Batman. Like it don't get no more nostalgic than that. Like
But I feel like they still have not fixed it to where that man can turn his neck in the suit.
They're forever going to, right? Tim Burton's forever going to be in the rubber suit. Like, he definitely has zero, like, cowl turns in the cowl. It'd be like,
so,
Yeah,
is this like de-aging tech they used on him, or
you know, they're forever going to use CGI clones, give him a little youth and heavy stunt doubles. That was a lot of CGI in that scene. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he
and
he didn't do all that in Spider-Man Homecoming as the Vulture.
yeah, like I said, I'm just really excited. Like it's nice. I mean, I'm
And you
not as,
should.
I'm not as excited for like I like Keaton. Like well, I like his first movie Forever. It left a bad taste in my mouth because of what.
Well, sir, it was Batman Returns. Batman
Yeah.
Forever was Val Kilmer.
I'm not Forever.
you're right?
I meant to say, well, Returns I didn't like because I heard what they were going to do with Billy D. Williams, but they just scrapped that because Tim Burton is a piece of shit.
You know what
Oh.
he is.
We know, sir. We know.
It don't matter. He a piece of shit.
I'm pro Christian Bale at the forefront. Like,
Yes, you
Christian
are the
Bale would be,
first
if we're going on the
person
subject
to
of
come
Batman,
on
Christian
this
Bale
show.
would be number one for me. My second choice would be George Clooney. My third one
You
would
lost
be
me on George
Robert
Clooney.
Pattinson. My fourth one then would probably be Val Kilmer, and then I guess I put Michael at the bottom. I'm sorry, he's number 5 for me.
But honestly, you are the only other person to ever come on this show other than me that Christian Bale is their favorite Batman. I be fighting for my life in these Batman conversations. But I love me some Christian Bale. I think
Bale did his
he's
thing.
the Batman.
Dark Knight,
you know.
Dark Knight was more.
Man, come on.
Yeah, like I said,
He
I guess it's me. I'm a Batman.
like Ben Affleck, child. Ben Affleck.
I'm sorry. I protest. I didn't even put him on my list just because I'm like, I don't see what
but-
y'all see in that.
but also y'all
J-Lo's
gotta
husband. That's all I say.
but also y'all gotta realize y'all like the Christian Bale movies because you know that was the Batman you introduced to. I've been introduced to Batman through the comics, through Batman and Superman having adventures together.
I
Just
know.
First
Okay,
of all, my first
we know
Batman
your
was
nerd
Disney.
part is going to give you
Yeah.
more
What you talking about?
seniority to the
But-
relevance of the cinematic
But-
universe. So I'm not going to contest that. But I'm just saying, as a kid growing up from the 90s era on up, like, again, like Batman and Robin, which is everybody says it's the worst Batman movie because of George Clooney's portrayal of it and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
them
But-
goddamn ice punch, man. The goddamn
Right?
ice punch. I mean, he got paid $10,000, so
But as a kid, I don't see the negligence of that. It'd be like, that was a really good Batman movie to me as a kid during that era. Plus, I had a glow in dark Batman shirt. It was really cool.
Was that the
you can't
first Batman-
argue sports.
was that the first one you saw?
No, Batman Returns came out. Like, Batman Returns. Michael Keaton was there, but, you know, I'm just
Yeah.
like more pro there was a lot of dialogue with that Batman as opposed to him in a Batmobile, just like Batman Arkham Knight. It's basically that version. It's like you ride around relying on your Batmobile than actually seeing really be Batman. And then Christian Bale kind of gave you more of a, well, until he met Bane, he kind of gave you more of a fight. But yeah,
Yeah, but I will never get this story. I will never get this story. My mom, either my mom or cousin got me Batman and Robin on VHS, like, cause I ain't seen it in theater.
right.
And when I saw it, I asked her to get to me like, did you get this from the flea market?
Wow.
Ungrateful kids.
Did you like? Are you sure this is Batman?
That's
Wow.
messed up, Jay. That's messed up.
Now
Oh, I
the
was-
original Batman with Keaton, I was a baby when that came out.
I
so
mean,
it's
I
fine.
mean, yeah, cinematic wise, but of
Yeah.
what I think Adam West is crowned the OG Batman. Like,
Yeah, so but the one with Michelle Pfeiffer was the first one I actually saw and can
There
remember.
you go,
I remember
right.
thinking Catwoman is badass and Penguin was really scary. And then I remember Laura Winslow dressed up as her her Catwoman on Family Matters. So that Keaton was my introductory Batman.
right.
So I'm Team Bell. I'm just
Yeah, like I said, Dark Knight. To me, Dark Knight it forever goes down as one of the great superhero films. But like it's because for me it's because of Heath Ledger because Heath Ledger did such a damn good job.
As that Joker, it
Yeah.
definitely was top shelf.
but
I mean-
even the first one, even the one with the Scarecrow, Bell really held his own. Like he's a talented fucking actor. I don't know why
And
y'all
I agree.
thinking that.
Hands
No,
down.
like
Why
I said,
y'all gonna give him that?
he's a talented actor. I would give him that. He's a talented actor. But for me, it was just for me. Hey, I'm more lenient on Bale than if Marco was on this. Shout out
Yes,
No,
to
I
we
know.
know
I
that.
told you, I be
We-
fighting for my life trying to stand up for Christian.
I
Bale
know
in
his
these movies.
hatred for him and Henry Cavill is priceless.
no. That's Adam. There's
That's
Oh,
another.
okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Mixed up.
No, there's another another podcast that come on here from the Entertainment Ranch podcast. Marco, I find some enjoyment out of the Dark Knight films, but he hates Bale with a passion.
A lot
I
of
don't
people do. I be fighting for my life trying to stand up for Bale. I'm like,
I don't-
y'all, come on now.
I don't hate it, man. I feel like out of all the Batman, it's just like he just didn't do it for me. For one, that Bat voice has been parodied so much, and like I can never take it serious. And like that lip quiver, it just for me, it just comes off as comedy. Like it just comes off as comedy. It just comes off as comedy to me. And like when I get like the gritty Batman that I've been waiting for, like with Pattinson and Pattinson's Batman scared the shit out of me because he beat the fuck out of people.
I don't know about scary, but I do think it was good. Now Affleck, I'm sorry, I just see J Lo's husband in a 3-piece. Like, I mean, I just, you know.
I guess for me, I don't see how because like I'm like he's in Batman. I'm going to see somebody that's just ruthless. Like he just always like, look, I really don't care to let y'all live. I really can just kill y'all. Like if we keep it a buck, I can just kill you or mark you for death to where you get shanked in prison. I like, you know what? I've been waiting to see a Batman that's not afraid to kill.
Are you talking about Robert?
No,
Oh, Affleck.
yeah, Affleck. I've been waiting for
He
to see a
was just
Batman.
an asshole. It was just like,
Bruce
he's
is an
terrible.
asshole.
I mean, he is, but like, he was even the way he came at Diana. I remember thinking, bitch,
I mean,
you
you also
called me for help. Like, what?
I mean, you also got to think he's having to deal with Gotham. Robin killed his Joker killed his Robin in front of him, who was like his son. I mean, he don't got much to. Oh, Superman like destroyed half a goddamn city, so he don't got much.
Superman didn't do that, man. I need Affleck to let it go. Like,
But
God
it's Bruce
did
Wayne. You
that.
gotta, like he said, if you follow, like I get it. Jason's whole narrative is I can take you through the comic book multiverse and then the cinematic universe and then the actor's portrayal of who's really giving me comic book accurate. Like for what it's worth, Ben Affleck, as far as the Dark Knight, comic book. He got the crown for that portrayal of that version of Bruce Wayne. Just me as a Batman connoisseur, I would say, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, they're at the forefront,
yeah.
Yeah.
and George Clooney. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I'm a different breed. Like, bro, I had Batman everything as a kid.
We ain't talking about who collected the most Batman stuff because
No,
technically I'm still Team Marvel and nobody's topping Wolverine and Hulk and Gambit for me.
no, but I'm just saying my opinion is different from everybody else just because of how much love I got for the Batman.
No, a
And then,
lot of people actually like Batfleck as they call it. I don't get it. I wasn't moved by his performance, but a
well,
lot of people in the interwebs, they love them some Ben Affleck. And
Yeah, it's not
Batman,
taken away
I
from
don't get
your
it.
love for Batman itself as a whole. It's just like if I want a portrayal, I kind of would love a Christian Bale or Robert Pattinson now. Like,
Agree. Agree.
I've always wanted to see what Army Hammer would do, but Army Hammer has a cannibal fetish, so we'll never see him as Batman. So, hey, he sells timeshares in Cancun now.
Uh,
But yeah, man. As for this trailer, I can't wait. I can't wait. I I hope I finally get a good Supergirl because the last one that we got in the '80s that was complete and utter dog shit. Like
I,
like that. No, that movie is bad. Like that movie is bad from since they had no type of story or plot, and they
nothing.
had and they had no money. Like they
you
had
got
no.
no money.
So I get to see a Supergirl, hopefully done right. One of the few things that I did like from Man of Steel was
Too
Zod.
wide, yeah.
I did like Zod, so I can't wait to see that dynamic. I can't wait to see Jesse Quick, another person from the Flash family. I'm curious to why there's two Flash, to why there's two Barrys. I'm curious about that. Um, I'm
Right?
really
There's got to be a secret behind that one. I'm thinking one's secretly like Reverse Flash for this universe. Maybe. Just my
I'm
thought.
I'm also curious to see the interaction between the two Bruces because they both dicks. So
Right? Back flat, quote unquote, versus Keaton's is gonna like who's gonna be the darker, grittier path back? Like
I think
Keaton's
it's,
gonna be like that. What everybody's gonna give the Oscar to, and he's gonna look at it like you tried, but you
I
still
just
good.
Sorry,
I
Ben.
just I just still can't wait just to see that interaction just because anytime Batman interacts with himself, it is the funniest shit ever because
On
it's like
life. It is.
because like damn, I'm an asshole. And yeah, man, but it does look like now my question is because like I said, I've been saying this for months on podcast. I wonder what those reshoots are for now because now the movie is being put out. What's next? Like what's next? Because I strongly feel like those reshoots they're to replace somebody because you don't put millions of dollars into reshoots for no reason unless you Zack Snyder.
I'm okay. So let's play stir crazy, right? It's gonna be that wait till it drops, and the whole boycott Ezra Miller movement, ban the Flash, and then you go, okay, guys, since y'all feel like that, they're gonna re-release it as like a special edition, and go, okay, now we just took him out of it.
I really think I feel like they brought somebody in
Hmm.
behind the scenes for because they've been saying that they had to push it back for reshoots. I'm like, that's kind of weird to do reshoots this far, like so
Agreed.
close.
Maybe they was lying. Maybe it wasn't no damn reshoots, and they never planned on recasting Ezra.
No, but that's the thing. As a business standpoint, that would be dumb because you put all your money into marketing. So unless you reshoot, you're not going to wait till 5 months before you release the film to do reshoots like that. That just does not
And
happen.
now there's a new law where if your advertisement doesn't match up to the quality of what's going to be released, America can now sue them for that.
Yeah. So
Well, good.
so like I said, I just hope that those reshoots mean something because I like
They
everything
mean
is
nothing.
everything like because I don't care what anybody say. Everything that DC has been since the Batman vs Superman, it's been hell. It's been fucking hell. There's been no direction, like nothing links together whatsoever.
Y'all re-released Justice League, and the only thing y'all did was add more profanity to it and changed a couple of costumes. Like it,
Well, no, it was they finally like, yeah, Zach, we're gonna give you an apology because what we did was shitty. Your daughter did just commit. Your daughter did just unalive herself, and we did just kind of not give you time to grieve and gave it to that piece of shit, Josh Whedon. Oh, I hate Josh Whedon for what he gave me in 2017. But so I just hope that this movie, because James Gunn already has a slate. He has he has structure, something that DC has not had in fucking years. We know what's coming out, and this movie can set the stepping stones for this damn universe. And DC needs a win. I've always been a DC fan at heart. I've always loved DC over Marvel. I just want them to do better.
Huh?
I
What
want
happened to Black Adam? Y'all was just so sure that was gonna be
who
the
who no who was sure. I'm a watch Black Adam because it looked like a fun beat 'em up, and that's exactly what it was. I wasn't clamoring saying this is gonna set the tone. That's what The Rock said. Like that.
they are in them blurred groups. This is gonna be the resurrection of DC. This is the W we need.
Nah,
What happened?
nah.
Well, they did.
I was more like I'd rather see a Doctor Fate movie at this point. I felt like he was more the centerpiece of this movie.
Like I was just like I'm coming here to see The Rock kill people.
I just wanted Shazam too, and they pushed that shit back for him. I was like, what? Man, what are the gods?
I mean, like I said, I don't have a hate for Black Adam. 'Cause like I said, it's an enjoyable film. But am I going to go back and watch it? No.
I've watched it since. I have watched it again, yeah. But
But like,
I like it. I like how you
For The Rock.
sold it. Hold on, let's just take a moment to reflect. He was like, I like the film. Am I gonna watch it again? No.
I didn't like it. I say it was enjoyable. It's enjoyable the first time. Like I saw it in theaters. But am I going to pop it in on my TV? No. No, I've seen it the once, and that's like
So it's a one and done.
yeah, like it's a one and done. Like other movies, like the Batman, even though it's long as shit, like I really enjoy that film. I can go back saying I can go back to that film. The Suicide Squad, or not this way. What's it? They need to fix that shit. The one that came out a couple years ago. I can
you
go back
said
and
it
watch
right. You said it right.
No,
Right.
if
The
it's-
one that came out was just Suicide Squad. I think the one that came out was like the Suicide Squad. So I think the attached to one of them is what
the one that had the one that had
with Will Smith in it. Since
I can't. I will never go back
You
to
don't
that.
like that one.
I do not like that one. I do not like David. I do not like David Ayer's director style because everything is just cholo iconography. The only reason why he chose El Diablo is because he's part of that cholo culture, and I'm tired of that from David Ayer. I'm like, oh, I get you grew up around that, but why? Why?
does that have to be the centerpiece?
Like, and El Diablo was basically the centerpiece of that movie.
Was he on?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yes,
was
he
the heart of
was.
that. He was the heart of that movie.
The Harley Quinn show. What do you mean?
No,
This is
he was the heart of that movie. Harley
Yeah.
Quinn may have been the centerpiece, but he was the heart of that movie because they spent a lot of time on him trying to absolve his sins, and I was like,
Yeah.
Right.
and then we got fucking Killer Croc as a black stereotype. I just hate that film. I just hate,
It did have its faults, but it had a good soundtrack. So shout out.
what the a soundtrack don't make
It's
it
very
good.
hey, soundtracks are very important.
They don't make a good movie. They don't make a movie good.
Tell that
Yeah.
to Michael Keaton's Batman, okay? Shout out to Prince. Yeah.
Well, for me, I could go without that. I'm glad I don't got to see that Cholo Joker no more. I'm glad Cholo Joker is non-existent no more. And Jared Leto, you better not sneak your ass in the back door of DC trying to come back in. They do not want you.
Some people like him. I'm a Heath fan. I'm a Heath girl. He'll always be my favorite Joker. So it's a few. Yeah.
Do you want beef? Do you like beef? You want beef? But like, why? Why? I love why. But yeah, man.
Why
Yeah.
so serious?
But yeah, as far as this film go, it looks very, very entertaining, and it seemed like I'm just glad that I finally gotten my wish. I've gotten the Flash in so many different iterations besides a damn movie. No, I take that back. I got a shitty ass movie from the '90s when they were just doing superhero movies with low budgets. Y'all remember that Fantastic Four, that 1994 Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah,
No, I was unaware.
that
man, it's
that
hard. You thought that was man, that movie.
boy, they had a porno budget. That's how little money they had. But what are y'all thoughts on the trailer?
I think we pretty much all just captured through you vicariously. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready
I
for
mean,
it.
like I said, it looks interesting, but I'm kind of up in the air about it because we get people like, the Man of Steel, General Zod, of course we get Flash from the Justice League, but you came in and Clint Housen got rid of everyone associated with this. So it's almost like it's setting it up for us to see some of our favorites again, but we're not. So I
So it's like
guess
their farewell tour, basically, in this film.
I'm fine with that, if that's what it's gonna be. But it just I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna scrap it, just scrap it all and start fresh. So and even Shazam, which I've been looking forward to, is like where does it fit in? Because Black Adam set it up for Superman to come back, and then we got Zod in this film, so it could have been something. But he's like, fuck all that, get all that out of here. I got a new plan. So I mean, whatever. Does the trailer look good? Yeah, and it's Michael fucking Keaton. Like, come on. So I mean, I ain't crazy about Ezra and his antics, and I have preached on this show many times over that I feel like his white privilege card, the damn stripe should be off the back because he has been swiping the shit out of that bitch. But I'm still gonna see it.
Right?
I still feel like they should do right by Cyborg. I will die on that hill because they gave this person so many chances, and it ain't right.
Well, like see when James Gunn took over, he had a chance. Like he had a slither of a chance to get back in it, but then he just had okay, like y'all know that person that just can't let shit go. He has every right not to let it go, but it's like when the new regime changed, that would have been your chance to come back in, and then he just tweets towards James Gunn. I'm like, why you would have had a chance.
I mean, I saw the tweets and I did repost them and put the face palm. I guess he feels like this was that James should have took the initiative and did right. He should have had to call him out or kiss his ass or whatever to get in his good graces. I guess he feels like he should have been like, hey man, I saw that did you, I'm gonna fix that. And he didn't. And I mean he has the right to feel that way, but technically when you don't bite the hand that signs the checks, I guess. So
like that's what I'm saying,
but
man.
also
Like,
I'm not gonna encourage him to kiss no ass, especially James Gunn's
no,
nasty ass either.
I'm not saying the kid's ass, but I'm just saying, bro.
Well, okay, I respect that. If you want the role, and we talking millions of dollars here, sometimes you gotta eat the crow. You could cuss him out in the bathroom, but in the office, hey, Mr. Gunn, nice to see you taking charge here. You remember me? My name's Ray. I used to be Cyborg.
True. Cause it's like the cast like Momoa was vouching for Ray Fisher too.
So was Wonder Woman. So I mean,
yeah, like they were vouching for bro. You just didn't have to say nothing. Just hold your tongue. I know it's hard. I know you got this.
You're new to this. We understand.
Like you got did dirty. We all feel bad for you, but man, if you want that role, you just had to stay quiet for just a little bit longer, and they probably would have gave you something. Oh my
well, I
god.
guess we should never know.
Well, Doom Patrol is out on HBO Max, y'all.
That ain't even the same Cyborg, but yeah, I enjoy that Cyborg also.
But yeah, we got one more trailer because we're gonna get about it.
You advertised for Doom Patrol. They did cancel that too after this season. So
Yeah, I saw
You're
it.
dead. You right.
Yeah, and
I'm on like
Titans.
season 3. I need to finish.
Yeah, and Titans. Well, Titans. It was about time for Titans to go. I had fun that third season, but that first and second season was a drag.
Damn.
But I'm gonna talk about a franchise that's been up and down for me. Really more the upside, just because of how ridiculous it's got.
okay.
Everybody remember. Let me get my math right. Uh, let me get my years right. So everybody remembers the year 2001. It was a simple
Vaguely,
time.
but okay.
Yeah, It was a punk rock era. White boys with the frosted tips, spiky hair,
Some 41.
and also street racing. People was infatuated
Oh,
by.
Okay, is this Fast and the Furious related?
Yes. This is this.
we don't
This-
have to watch it.
That I'm going to watch it because it's my show. So the thing about it is these people started off jacking VCRs off the back of semis, and now they have turned to spy agents. I don't know how we got there, but I love it. I love the ridiculousness of this franchise. They went
But
to
it
space.
used to be okay. It was like
To
I
quote
feel like
Tyrese, how are we not dead?
he has shit. I don't know. But it seemed like after Paul died, I really thought they would have wrapped it up, and they kicked it into overdrive. They didn't got a spinoff.
See,
I'm like, Lord.
my thing has always been about Fast and Furious. After the first one, I feel like the first one, even people like the second one. I didn't really much like the second one. It was weaker than the first. After that, I like, okay, I'm gonna see Tokyo Drift just because I'm obligated because I'm a Fast and Furious fan. After I saw Tokyo Drift, like, all right, where the fuck is? I've never thought I would say this. Where the fuck is Vin Diesel at? I do not like this whole thing in Tokyo. Where the hell Vin Diesel at? Then they gave us the little cameo at the end. And funny story, Vin Diesel only agreed to that just so he can get that Riddick movie. Like that was the only reason why
It was
he
a compromise.
yeah, it was a compromise. Then we got 4. Really wasn't much fan for 4. Then for me, 5 changed the game. I love Fast and Furious, Fast 5. Then it was 6 and 7. I enjoyed those. 8, it was Fate of the Furious. It had potential just because of Dom hasn't having to go against his crew. I like that. I like that dynamic, but they fucked it up. Then
that was a good one. I remember that. Yeah.
like it was a nice premise, but the execution was poor. Then 9, I was just like, man, when they going to go to space? And then I feel like the director from the third one said, "Oh, don't worry, man, I got you." I was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't think you were gonna go to space." Hey, kudos to you for being outlandish. Then we got Hobbs and Shaw. Like, this is a universe now. These people are superheroes now. Like, after Hobbs and Shaw, these are superheroes now. I'm expecting Idris Elba to come in. Oi, y'all must have forgot me. I'm the Black Superman. Like,
Nope. He has gone on the record of saying he's not classifying himself as a black actor now, sir. So you can't even say that line.
I'm the darker Superman. I guess I don't know how.
Right.
Hey, well, in
Like,
that
he's just
film,
gonna be like, I'm just Superman. It is.
well, I don't think he can say that verbatim because of laws. But yeah, so now we got this whole universe, and this is part 1 of 2 to the finale of the Fast franchise. And I'm probably in the minority, but I am actually excited for this film because, like, the last film, I just had so much fun with it. It was like, man, this is a popcorn film, and this is a very fun popcorn film. I saw this thing twice. Once when I was sober, and another time when I was gone.
Wow.
I was gone, and I was having so much fun. So yes, so let's watch this trailer for Fast 10,
Let's go.
Fast X.
I know.
Oh, and also before YouTube, again, I am protected by the fair use laws. Don't copyright me.
Oh, that this road has been very hard. And yet here you are, building this magnificent family.
What's going on in that head of yours?
Something little B said it. He said, Dad, they're not afraid of anything. But I am. I'm afraid of losing someone I love.
Dominic Toretto, you're about to learn all about fear. Oh, you built such a beautiful life, filled with love and family.
I never got that chance.
You stole that from me. My future. My family.
right now.
I'm gonna break yours. Piece by piece.
He's coming for you with everything.
What's the plan, Dom?
I'm not sure anymore.
One of us might not come back from this. But we have to fight.
Never accept death when suffering is owed.
Armed and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. Label us notorious.
It's a setup.
He's trying to tear us apart.
Our situation is fight one. What you gonna do? Why go run?
Winning used to be about winning. We raced for respect. Today, I raced to stop the bloodbath.
That's the problem with having such a big family. How do you choose the ones you save?
Let's race. Ain't too many can bang with us. Label us notorious.
You still know how to drive? What do you think?
It's showtime.
Here we go!
Game recognizes game.
I'm coming for you, son.
Here they come.
You will never be able to break my family.
Good morning, sunshine.
You gotta be kidding me.
I always love seeing Michelle Rodriguez, man. I've
On everything.
I've always had a huge crush on Michelle Rodriguez, man. So, watching that trailer, I'm like, wow, this is cool, but where's the crazy Fast and Furious shit at? Then when the helicopters came and said, oh, there it is, there it is.
I'm loving this one all together. Like, just to open the floor on this discussion on that trailer, it kind of gave me a mix of part 2 and then part 1 vibes, and then brought in like whatever was going on with like from 5 on 4 on with it. Like, yeah, sorry, Dwayne Johnson, you kind of screwed up your relationship with the cast, and now John Cena becomes the new Pride and Glory wrestler turned racer now.
So is that what happened? Because I was wondering where he was.
Oh yeah, him and Vin Diesel. It has been known, him and Vin Diesel, they could not stand each other. Like it's clear in 5. There's scenes in Fast 5 where when they're on screen, they're not in the same room. They had to use body doubles because they could not stand each other at all.
Yeah. Well, there can only be one diva on stage at a time, and you know The Rocks.
And Vin Diesel like family.
That's it, right?
I give them props for using Notorious Thugs because that's one of my favorite Biggie songs. But other than that, I watch it. I give it a go because, like I said, Jason said he really didn't care for after 2, but around the time like when Gail Gadot was introduced and Letty died and came back, like those are interesting to me. So if they're similar to that.
Oh, we know they're good at bringing characters back from the dead, Han.
Han just came back swinging his bob. So, I mean, we'll see. I wonder if Bow Wow going to make another game.
For what?
For what? No.
You give him his props because
No,
He's probably the reason why the movie was even more trash. Like Tokyo Drift just
Oh
was
my
not that movie.
Tokyo Trap, boy.
Tokyo Drift.
Everything from the drift. Can't. Oh my god, I hate that movie.
Oh,
I
the
hate
Winter
They
White
call the race the new DK.
Yeah.
they call me the new D. I like can somebody call him a cab and get him off my screen? I do not want to see this man no more.
And then you could tell how they downgraded his character because what in the last film when he was testing out the rocket on the car I was like, this is all we need you for. Like don't get cocky.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing my ass off because like like I will admit like Fast Nine is ridiculous, but it's so fun and hilarious just because they
It
parody
makes you fall in love with it just because of
yeah.
that on
It just
screen love.
it's so ridiculous that like it's like I love it just because how ridiculous it get. Like when it said that Bow Wow and what's his name became fucking basic rocket scientists, I was like I can't help but to laugh at that because that shit is actually hilarious. But yeah, man. I don't know. It's like people have always said they wanted to go back to them just racing, but like we're way past that. Like I think Need for Speed showed you can't just do a movie with just straight up racing no more.
No, I agree with that, right? But then if you look at part one, it really kind of focused on the action side, even in that. And part two, like either way it go, it's gonna have that outside thing. Just incorporating the exotic cars and all that just kind of gives you the fast part.
Yeah, well,
I feel like oh, I'm sorry. Honestly, I feel like Aquaman does not fit in.
No,
Really?
he does. He does. I
Very,
disagree.
he's very thrown. You know, it's like okay, The Rock is gone. Here's another big hot guy to replace him. Like
We just seen
Aquaman,
John Cena, and I was kind of like, eh.
he don't fit in. I guess.
Neither does Jason
Samoan, I don't
Statham,
know,
but
like-
again,
I don't know. Like to me, I feel like he does fit in. Like he had one of the best lines of the trailer. He said what did he say? He said you don't know, like it was something about death and suffering. Like wow, that was actually a pretty good line. I wasn't
Are you
expecting
talking about that long monologue? He was talking about how you had a beautiful family and I didn't. It was very Shakespearean. Is that what you're
Right.
talking about?
No, but I did like that coming from him. Like I said, to me, I've always never understood people's contention with this series because I don't know what y'all want. Like some people want it to be cars, some people want it to be action.
I just wanted it to be done after 5, honestly, right?
I just wanted to be entertaining.
But what?
you know?
What? Like I said, to me, these movies have always been entertaining. Just the stories have always been lackluster. Like
part of a good movie or a good story is the actual story being good. So it's like for 4 and 5, like I said, when Letty, died and her memory was okay, that was entertaining. Then after Paul died, it's like we were grasping for straws to keep the story going. They was pulling anybody out the woodworks that ever was an action star, and it's like okay, we
Kind of like what they did with the Expendables. You know what I'm saying? It's like just grab everybody, force them into this movie, and still kind of key in some racing points. But again, you know what I'm saying? Now you got Jason Momoa, Vin Diesel, Jason Statham. You got
it's too much, Chad. Charlie Theron,
John
Lady
Cena.
Red,
I mean,
Luke Evans, isn't he in there somewhere?
Luda back with the braid, so he might be more ruthless in this one. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm here for Luda. and
mean-
I like Tyrese. They're staple characters, but these extra people that they have brought
Because those two are just going to bring the comedy.
yeah.
for the culture.
Yeah, but like also it's also kind of smart on their end because if you notice, all the people that they bring into, they're hot at the time. Like whenever they brought The Rock in, that's when The Rock was at his peak in Hollywood. Like he was like that's where he was almost he would bring butts and seats. Same like people. John Cena is a notable name. Like people know John Cena. Jason Momoa, the man's on a roll with the roles that he's getting in the past few years. Like Charlize Theron. So that's why I've always loved this franchise. And hey, this is the most multicultural cast of $1 billion franchise.
And
so,
with AMC's new, we're going to make you pay more for the middle seat clause rule now.
Hey, I got my AMC Studs membership, so I'm Gucci. So
Yep, as long as I can watch it on Fire Stick, I don't really care either way it goes.
yeah, but yeah, like for me, me personally, like I said, I've always had respect for Fast and Furious franchise because after five, they knew like, okay, this is ridiculous. We know we're ridiculous. We're gonna just embrace the ridiculousness, and they have. It's
They
gotten
got
more.
balls, yeah.
They got more and more ridiculous. See, now if they were just trying to take themselves serious, I like, man, this shit dumb. But they
I
don't
really
just
think they are, Jason. Like, okay,
no.
you said it got more ridiculous, but I think they are very ballsy to keep this franchise going despite losing. Like their star literally died. You know how Black Panther tried to take a pause and they're like, no, we're going full force, my nigga. We don't give a fuck. You know, and, and they have not stopped since, and it's very ballsy of them.
Well,
You
no,
know, so-
I'm saying like them, like when I say taking themselves serious, I'm talking about with the tone of the movie because even in the ninth movie, Tyrese makes fun of the fact that they come out this unscathed, and that's what I'm saying. When movies are self-aware, I like that because you know what you're selling. If this was another property that I'm not going to name it too many times,
Need for
then
Speed. It's okay. We already know.
like like when you take yourself too serious, then people are just gonna like this is stupid. Like
Damn.
but Fast and Furious say, yeah, we know we're ridiculous. Like we have super spies that used to jack VCRs.
Not VCRs.
Yes, in the first movie they were jacking VCRs off of trucks. Like that's where they come from. They come from humble beginnings.
Do y'all remember? It just didn't take off like the Fast and the Furious, and I think that was its intention. But I think it was called Biker Boys.
No, you're thinking of that movie. Wait, talking about did it have Ice Cube in it?
No, it was Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh,
Backbones was like his own thing though. Like they could have did a lot more with it. It was dope.
It was a good cast, but it's like I think they came out around the time of Fast and the Furious, and were trying to feed off that hype and
Give it that motorcycle drama,
Yeah.
right? With motorcycles.
But it just didn't go any further than that first. Derek Luke was in it too, but it just
But to be honest, I think the one he's talking about, Torque, kind of was more of a spill that tried that routine. I think
Yeah,
Biker Boys was more of a standalone. I think Torque tried that whole.
Yeah, man. Because I wonder if I'm correct. Yeah. So one of the people that worked on Fast and Furious franchise, he like, you know what? I can do this, but with bikes, and I'm gonna make fun of it. I'm gonna make fun of the Fast and Furious franchise, and turn to find out it just made an ass out of itself because that movie was shit. That movie was bad. That movie was.
I don't think I've seen Torque.
That movie you ain't missing much. That movie was bad. But yeah, man. I'm just really excited to see this movie because, like I said, I've grown to love this franchise. It's just nice to see Vin Diesel still working. I mean, even though now he's just starting to look old. Like in that trailer, I'm like, wow, he's starting to look his age now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely give dad bod vibes now.
Yeah. Like he's starting, boy, he getting a little bit flabby. Like, yeah, he's starting to look old now.
I ain't see all that. I guess I got to look at it again.
Right.
Like-
This is coming from connoisseurs that if you watch it all, like you start from the original and go one down, just watch the transformation, you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh damn.
I'm just curious to see how other people's dynamics will go. I'm curious between Jason Statham and what's his name, the dude that plays Han. I'm curious about their dynamic because the way that the last movie ended off with Han at his door, like, yeah, remember me? You killed me, or you thought you killed me. So I'm kind of curious to see how that dynamic is going to go.
Oh, with him and Hobbs, more
Yeah.
Jason Statham, yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious with John, how much more of a role John Cena's gonna play since he's actually watching out for Dom's back this time around instead of trying to kill him, and hopefully they get more. Dude, like I said, I've always liked John Cena. Like he's just a likable guy. Like
I don't even remember his role in the franchise.
He's Dom's brother that
Yeah,
tried
he's
to kill him
Dom's
in the
Oh my
previous
God,
film.
I remember that. They tried to make this white man his brother out of nowhere, and I'm just like, where he been the past 85 films? And now they mama coming out the woodwork. Oh, I'm sorry, they had the same daddy. and now their mama come out the woodwork. It's just they be grasping for straws, trying to keep that
I
storyline
can see that
going.
narrative though, right? Because then you get a CGI. Paul Walker pops up. Oh, you're not going to leave without saying goodbye, and then it goes nowhere with that.
I mean, well, technically, we got this new AI technology and this deepfake technology. If you playing instead, that could actually happen.
And what pisses me off is they have been keeping him alive this whole time. Do like the Black Panther and just kill him off in the fucking story. Like he's always never there. He's somewhere but never here. Like we know he's dead in real life. Like what are y'all trying to do?
Well,
Like,
I think I see what they did because what they did is they said that he retired so he can like because
Bro, he technically was tired in Fast and Furious too. He ain't did no cop work and
yeah.
the entire
he's been a
franchise.
fugitive. He ain't been a cop forever.
No, but I'm saying it's like
As far as being a team player, I get
Brian,
that retirement.
Brian's arc was always to end with to be with his family, and like now he can be with his family, and let Dom do the crazy shit.
I mean, you
The
can't
wife
really be with
beat
your
her. That's
family
what
if you
I'm
keep
saying.
popping
The
up at the
sister,
end of every film with these secret races with dogs.
man, the sister be in every other film. So
Yeah, because who gonna watch the kids? Who's gonna watch the kids?
What
Well,
purpose are they
should've
serving at
they
this
should have
point,
just
bro?
let him pass
Thank
on.
you. I'm agree with Courtney on this one.
Like that
Just
man,
because
like it's been 4 films and this nigga babysitting the whole time. We need your help over here.
I
Like
get it. Like we need closure film wise. Like you know, find out he was on working some sort of secret mission and he was killed by the new bad guy, and that leads
and
into
that's
it.
why we pissed off at Jason Momoa. Like I don't understand it. You know, and people jumped on Ryan Coogler's back for not handling the Black Panther, you know, doing him some sort of way. I think this is what you get when you don't acknowledge that your lead actor has passed on. You get confusion.
And out of
So,
respect,
yeah.
he had enough. While we're on that subject on Black Panther, like he had enough respect to be like, yeah, in the comics, you know what I'm saying? This is the direction to go. And it would have been easier to do some sort of multiverse madness, bring back Killermonger, cast him if you just wanted a male leaded Panther. But
Yeah.
we're in the age of the Woman King and making females the forefront of these films now. And it was like we're gonna go with Shuri and then give this proper send off for him because he died unexpectedly. We didn't know this man was battling cancer and was gonna. If that was the case, he could have just possibly filmed a couple more films, and we could have had like maybe 3 Black Panthers out of the blue.
See, I guess because well, also like I'm pretty like it's kind of easier to like put Brian to the backside more than T'Challa because if we being honest, Vin Diesel after the second one, he's been the main focal point of these films.
I'm sorry, what films were you watching? They
No,
were
no,
definitely-
no,
they
no,
were.
no. Because think about it. In the first film, Brian was the main focal point. In the first 2 films, Brian was the main focal point. But who was the focal point in that 4th and 5th one?
Don't
It
skip
was-
over that third.
Technically, Letty. Technically, Letty.
No,
she
but I'm saying,
disappears in 4.
no, but I'm saying, but it was tied to Dom's character.
I
Dom-
think you were like this. Okay, maybe like this. Like, but he was definitely still a MC for sure. You can't just pretend like he's
No, they're not. No, they're not
pretending.
pretending.
Like, come on.
No, but I'm saying, but you can have that luxury to say that he's off doing the family thing because Dom has been the focal point for the past 4 movies. But like ever since I think Paul's been dead since this will be the 4th movie. Like Paul's been dead and Dom has been the main focal point. So you can do that. It'd be different if like Brian was the focal point, but he really wasn't the focal point. Dom was. Dom was.
Because then if you look, okay, so playing that you do, because if you go back to the first one with the whole Yakuza thing being a part of it, technically, Brian's character just kind of comes in on, I was supposed to technically erase, he was supposed to arrest, Dom out of the picture in the first place. That's the MO. He was an undercover cop who just enjoyed illegal street racing, and that side of him took over from the cop mode. Shameless plug, like my man Bubba gonna be in the Garden by the Bayou, but we'll get to that later. But no, yeah, I mean it's either or. But do I feel like now I agree with Courtney on the whole? They just make long drafting a film franchise just to kind of put stuff that people are going to lose interest in because now you're doing too much with a racing action film. Yes, I agree with that structure. But as a fan of the entire franchise, you go, but you expect to see this. You expect to get $100 million car, quote unquote, Fast Five, and then ram it out of Dubai's biggest mansion or penthouse or whatever, and go, man, we just took $100 million priceless car and you made it fly, like. And then you go, okay, so it's not about racing anymore. It's about the action of. It's about family in Dom's Worth. That's my closure.
Yeah, and also, hey, we this is part 1 of 2, so who knows? Maybe Charlize Theron might kill him because Charlize Theron is the Thanos of these movies because that bitch stays. Hey,
like I remember when they introduced her on that film, and it felt so unrealistic. I was like, I mean, she's pretty, and I'm here for it. You know, she played Mystique, so I know she has experience with action. But I was like, this is our big bad now. You know, didn't she kill Dom's baby mama?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, child. And then
I have a problem with that, right? You do one film where they're totally the evilest person in the film, and then do another film, and all of a sudden they're saints. Like that whole
there was a lot of that
easy switch up.
There was a lot of that.
Jason Statham's character, yeah, they did that. Now they're doing that with John Cena's character, and we kind of partly see Charlize Theron in the last movie kind of switch terms just to go against Don's brother. So I'm like, okay, now y'all not really making the villains actually stay villains. So then we're gonna get a Fast 11, and Jason Momoa is gonna lead the pack, and it's gonna be a spinoff now with Jason Momoa into being a mean dog, rich playboy or something. I don't know.
No, I don't even
That's
know
my
why
theory.
you're here. I'm like Jocelyn Hernandez. Why is you here? You don't fit in, But I mean, we can watch it. I'll support it and see. I mean, whatever.
It's the movie buff thing, like Jason said, though, love. Like it's that whole, if you want, like he's hot. He's on Netflix. He's Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Jason is the shit.
Right. So casting him for this bad guy imagery will be just that totem. Like I can see him selling this part because he didn't oversell it. Like he fits the dynamic. Plus, it's Vin Diesel. You still want to have old school action hero go against kind of the new modern day action heroes and see how that turn of events is.
And then plus it'll be different from what he's been playing because I won't have to hear him say "Woo, my man." I hope he's not just Aquaman, just in a white dress shirt.
Probably so. Don't hold your breath.
No. No. The reason why I say no because I'm not getting them bro vibes from him. I got that I'm gonna kill you vibes from him.
It's giving bro. I don't know if it's because he's got the shirt open, the wavy beachy hair. He looks very approachable. If he wanted to come villain, he should have came villain. Cut the hair, slick it back, put on some black, really.
But then that would have gave too much of maybe Idris Elba's. See, that's a whole nother spectrum, right? They don't want to copycat, so you have to give them.
I mean, he is not black. I mean, it just would have been nice to see him. To me, it just looks like Aquaman in the Fast and the Furious, but we shall see. I wouldn't have picked him. I would have got somebody else to do it, but
like who would you have got
to play a villain?
Yes.
I don't know. There's many choices. It's just Jason is not a villain guy. When I think who should be the villain for this movie, I wouldn't think Jason Momoa because he's not normally a villain. So I mean, we'll see. He might surprise us. Step outside his comfort zone. Maybe Batista. Y'all love some Batista. So maybe him.
I don't know. I feel like Jason Momoa, the way he looks, it fits more into here. Like Batista. I don't know. Batista got that Bond villain look. That's Batista's look. He has a Bond villain type look. Like Jason Momoa. Like the thing about this more, you say little Aquaman. That's the case. Every 90s and early 2000s villain look like Jason Momoa because they have so much charisma. Like that man, he having fun. I'm glad he's having fun and look good. I don't got to put on that fishman suit for this film. I get to just.
It gives me more of the bad guy from Too Fast, Too Furious, the dude. You know what I'm saying? Give me more on that type of vibes with the cartel look and blowing up the city and moving, whatever.
That Cuban look.
Right. There you go. That's right. That type.
And Jason made a valid. I mean, who said about the family? So DJ made a valid point. DJ said made a valid point. if the whole theme is family, how the fuck is Brian never around? Like, I'm sorry, they should have just.
Going
I
back
guess
to the whole soul.
I guess for me, like when I come to movies like this, I don't look like at for deep meaning in the films. My brain shuts off like car go fast,
I'm not saying
car
deep meaning by
car
any. I'm
blow
not
up.
asking for Maya Angelou, but even from a writer's standpoint, that would have been the perfect. Not to cash on a
Man,
I
death.
get what you, because it becomes long winded, bro. You gotta look at it. You don't want it to go 12, 13 movies, and then Brian is gonna be
Brian
doing video.
babysitting the
He's
whole
gonna be
time.
doing video chats, or Brian just calls the kids are great. They're enjoying being on this island or something. And you go, so they're just not
But the
gonna give a
mama
dick.
here, the whole
Right, like you're
time.
not
So
gonna give him a proper. Even when he did that pull up, I was expecting something to be a dramatical, really send off. Like all it was like this race
at
and
least a
a bunch of
montage. He
flashbacks.
just drove, yeah, something, and it's just
You
that's just
still ain't gave him a
microphone
proper
thinking.
send off for a film. Like you're
I
just
completely
you
agree.
just you're just holding on to not addressing the closure point.
And they could, and that would have been not to cash in on his death, but that would have been a perfect,
I agree.
time for as
I
far as
agree.
writing goes to, implement
If you're
reveals.
gonna start doing these spin-offs and you're
Yeah,
gonna open up a whole new universe and do this whole Dawn prequel movie and then start the franchise all the way back over, you're gonna have to still send them off. I feel like, and that's the
right.
best way
He could have
to
been
sell it.
killed by one of these new villains, and that would have made a lot more
It gives
sense
it
than
its
some of
vocal
this random
point.
shit.
That's all we saying. Like
You
you
know,
can't keep making a bunch of long-winded films with one of your primary original characters still being dead, and you're not even gonna give them a racing send-off, no kind of send-off. You're just gonna say you're on vacation having a bunch of kids. That's it.
hey man, like I said,
stay at
y'all talk
home.
y'all talking about right, and I'm like, I go through the list of things. They went to space. They fought a super
They
drug
still
lord.
never.
They
I don't
grasped
care.
for
You
straws when they could have had a solid
thank you,
Look,
storyline that piggybacked off his death.
and I'm agree with her. I'm agree.
They making themselves work harder when you could have easily. I mean, I hate to cash off of a death, but why not? He would have wanted this. Let's keep him alive by addressing his actual death and using that to keep the film going instead of grasping for straws. Like even this, okay, even Jason Momoa's character. Where the fuck you been? So you're mad about something that happened in the fifth film, and we didn't even see
Right?
him in
There's
this film.
this now. This mysterious. Dom is now becoming the Goku of the series now because everybody that's coming
Oh
in
my
is
god,
got this
yes.
beef with Dom, and you go, "What were
Everybody
you?
got beef with him, but
You
we
had a
had no
brother. We
idea
didn't
who
even
they
know you
were.
had a brother exist, but you such a family oriented man."
well, like I said, I guess for me, hey, writers, all that cocaine I know y'all got, man, keep on snorting that shit until I get Fast and Furious mixed with Transformers or Jurassic World.
Stop.
Keep this shit going.
Stop.
I want us to
Nobody
get
wants to
stupid.
feel your nerd boy qualifications of this is what you
Not
Oh
at
no,
understand,
all.
bro.
And DJ Steady made a very valid point. How the hell is the theme family and you got a brother we ain't even know you had?
hey man, he was white.
I understand
He
you
got
supporting
blacklisted.
this, and I don't deflect from what you're supporting. I'm just saying, as a movie connoisseur, that's just like saying when they did Bumblebee for Transformers, and they go, well, that flopped for a reboot, and then they gave you the Last Night Transformers, that still flopped, and now you're trying to give us Beast Wars. You're going nowhere with a franchise. They're rebooting the Ninja Turtles, and now Seth Rogen has a chance to try to possibly give us some accurate franchise point.
Seth is
Stop
doing it?
giving. Yeah, he's doing a new Turtles franchise now because
Is
he
it
was
gonna be
disappointed.
kind of like the boys, or is it still family?
I see what I'm saying. Like we're doing reboots and rehashing all this stuff
Uh,
with no dynamics. They're
uh,
long winded for what?
Stead,
Money.
They're
Bumblebee
doing a
was
Twisters. They're doing a sequel to Twisters in like 2025.
Wait, the
Well,
tornado movie?
yes.
yeah,
Like why does that need to be a sequel? Why?
because tornadoes are dangerous. Instead, Bumblebee wasn't a flop. It made 468 million.
That's because John Cena was in it.
but
He
it
was.
but but it wasn't a flop though. That's
I
why they
mean,
do a
my
season.
apologies if it
It
wasn't.
was
It wasn't.
like I
It was
didn't
tough though. I
care.
liked it.
Yeah. It was
But
okay.
I'm just saying, bro, we in an era of why are these movies like getting long when like they talking about doing the I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel, and I'm like, the first two sucked. Stop.
Well, I don't mind, and strictly for nostalgia because those were the type of movies, especially the one with Brandy that we watched at slumber parties. So if they can bring that whole cast back just for nostalgia,
Didn't
I
Brandy
would.
die off? What
I'm with
point
it.
does a
I'm about to say,
fisherman? This
didn't they
becomes
die? Did the half that cast die? How they gonna bring him back?
Well, or he old as fuck because this was
He
25
was
years ago.
old in the first one. He wasn't never a young dude with a fish hook. What he gonna come back with
Guess
kids and
what?
make 'em-
This
like
is
that
his
whole
son.
feel like they did in Halloween movie, the last Halloween? I'm so disappointed
No, they
in
better
him
not.
having like
Well, like I
y'all doing
This
said,
is
too
his
much with these.
son. I'm praying. The son might work, but just some
How does he
random.
have a son? He's a dead fisherman. What?
He lived once.
well, like I said,
I don't
It
know.
serves no purpose.
Just for
That's just
nostalgia.
like
That's it.
Disney. Like we're going to keep Toy Story and Frozen and all this stuff going. I understand you're trying to keep giving kids. Stop. Just be creative now. You run out of ideas.
hey, in Toy Story's defense, they really have not had like a critically panned movie. That's the one franchise I know. Like, wow, y'all have all had 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's hard to do.
Because 4 to me was great, but apparently, according to my Disney mom groups, a lot of people didn't like it. I love Toy Story 4, but apparently it flopped. I
Well, I
thought
don't.
it was good.
But like I said, I already know that me. I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna see this probably 3 times. Probably once for the first time for the show, twice crossfaded, and a third time with my friend because we both like crazy ass shit. So yeah,
And I'm all for that. I support your. I
Support it.
support it, and I'm still gonna be here to give you the opposite of what I think may or may not have made the movie so what it was, bro. This is the point of us bringing the popcorn. Will it get a gourmet or will it get a FU?
And
We don't know till it
I'm here for being pleasantly surprised. If it turns out to be good, I think it will honor, Paul well because they've been needing a W since he died.
Fact.
I'm rooting for it. But if it's trash, I won't be surprised. Because
said-
because
he said
people
need
got
a
on the
W.
internet and said that the ninth one was like the second coming of Christ. And then when I watched it, I was like, this is the movie y'all hyping up? Like on a serious note? Like seriously. This movie is
I mean, everybody has like I said, you got people like me who have been. We've had so much movies that's been like trying to have been trying to be like at the Oscar level, but people forget that I just miss those older movies where it was just fun. Like it was just fun blockbusters, but the blockbusters have been overran by fucking Marvel. So it's kind of so whenever somebody tried to attempt a blockbuster like Rampage, it flopped. Skyscraper, it flopped. San Andreas, it flopped. Just like we don't really
You
have
don't
many.
think The Rock may have been the reason why it flopped?
Oh no, yeah.
I'm not. I don't get me wrong. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is an incredible actor of his caliber because he's the new Arnold Schwarzenegger of
Yeah.
today's
okay.
time.
Yeah.
But you're just doing too much, and some of these roles is like we didn't need you to do all that. Now you tried to come and take over you're mad because you tried to come take over the Fast and Furious franchise. Like you really be trying to lay the smack down on everything that you come in contact with, and we're like, just chill, bro, chill out. We're okay.
Hey, I mean, you got a lot of money, man.
Now you see how DC went on the fritz after Black Adam came out. Granted, it's like everything you touch now is kind of starting like we have to reboot now. Every time you come and touch something, we got to go a whole nother route with these.
Well, that's what Tyrese said. You ain't heard from me, but Tyrese definitely said that The Rock kills franchises.
We're
Yeah,
just
like
saying.
like I said, I'm not gonna be like, man, I hate The Rock because
It's not about hating him. It's just about you coming in and trying to be super acting cocky.
Oh yeah, no, he is very sensitive. Like that man is very sensitive. Like that's the thing about a lot of these big ass stars. They are very sensitive, and The
Terry
Rock,
Crews. I know. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Wow.
So like,
You know what? Terry Crews would have been a good villain.
no, he would not. No, I'm sorry.
He proved that in Expendables. He
No,
sucked at being
I'm
anything.
sorry. I'm sorry.
White chicks and Friday After Next is the reason why he can never redeem himself for something.
Well, technically, he was the villain in Friday After Next. I mean, he was funny, but
He still
But
wanted
I
to be-
just like I'm be just looking at the screen like, all right, when this nigga gonna start dancing?
easy white
Exactly.
chocolate.
Like,
He got to do Euro training. If he's going to do a dancing, it has to be Euro training.
like I said, but yeah, the thing about The Rock is like The Rock's ego is just really big. But like I said, people like are surprised because now they're not starting to see it. Like I saw it ever since he was in the WWE at the time. This man legit referred to himself in the third person. You know what I mean? Like,
And his dad, his dad instilled that in him. His dad was very confident too. So I
I mean,
mean,
is he entertaining? Yes,
yeah.
that's all in a nutshell. Does he bring butts to seats? I also agree to that. But after you see it, it's kind of like, okay, Rock. Even if you took Black Adam out of the Black Adam movie, it still would have been like the same movie.
yeah, I mean, like, whether he was in it or not, I still wouldn't see that shit a second time.
No,
So,
no, I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be hoping to see your childhood. You be like, "Oh, that's a dope movie." Then you be like, but then you can only do so much with a set amount of budget, and then
well,
no. Would
now,
we love to have seen him and Henry Cavill Superman fight? Yes, he was boosting for that. Maybe that's why they secretly taking him out. Maybe they're gonna hit us with a surprise and go, "Oh, you thought it was over?"
but and that's
I
how I
don't
knew
think
his.
they're gonna do it because James been taking all kinds of heat, and I don't think anybody would take them blows to their self esteem and safety just to hit us with a gotcha. But I don't think Henry's coming back.
See,
He stinks.
see, and then what's so funny is because everybody was getting their hopes up when they saw Henry Cavill at the end. I was like, that's that's not even Superman. He's a
Thank
Shazam.
you.
He's why y'all getting excited for this? This makes no sense.
Can't come with
See,
somebody else.
you
You
gatekeepers
you trying to take
ruin
over other people's
everything. I
franchise.
would have been fine with it. Bring it
This
on.
is a
I was happy
Shazam
to see
fight.
Henry.
It's supposed to be Shazam, Black Adam, not Superman and Black.
I was like, why? Because you are both in muscle suits. Y'all supposed to fight? No, that's not how this works, Dwayne. I bet even
We need to talk.
shit, and that's what James
At
said.
the
Hey, Rock,
unemployment line.
and that's what James said. Hey, yo, Rock, we need to talk.
I bet you it was some like I think they had words. They haven't put it on. Everybody's been nice on Twitter, but I really think him and The Rock had words.
Oh yeah, because
I
remember,
sit
I think
down
something
and
came
said,
up. The Rock was trying to buy the rights to it, and like, I'm gonna show you how dumb that I can be. I'm just gonna buy it and give
James
people
was
what they
like,
want.
yeah, no, and I think Henry just got caught in the crossfire, which
Well,
really
no,
stinks because the people wanted Henry. Nobody was checking for The Rock.
well, no. See, everybody thinks that Henry caught backlash. Like, no, people forget. I even said this plenty of times because it's been news reports. Henry was not under contract. So The Rock was so quote unquote doing him a favor,
Because he
but he
volunteered. It was a volunteer role. He was killing the Witcher. He got what other video? He's gonna be in Gears of War, like the
no
TV
Warhammer. No, it's
Warhammer. Ah, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
My fault, mixed up. But like
yeah,
the pay cut on that was like it's worth being out of the Superman spotlight.
yeah. So if anybody's to blame, it's The Rock because The Rock tricked Henry Cavill in leaving The Witcher. He probably knocked back on the door. Y'all, do y'all still got that white wig available?
Nah, man. I wouldn't necessarily say trick, but he probably believed the hype. I mean, it's The Rock. You're right. He has a lot of pull in Hollywood. He's an A-list star.
And
So
then
he
the
probably
pandemonium that backs it was like this
right.
was gonna be
So
the biggest versus battle of DC history.
right. So it seemed like a no lose, and then James came along, flipping his hair,
And it was
showing
like
his skin and such.
well,
And yeah,
well, I don't know why he would think that because if he looked at how his movie performed, his movie did not perform well. So I was like, so and like you had no contract to write, so that's why I'm like baffled because I like Henry Cavill, but I'm baffled like, but you didn't see if you were actually solidified under the new regime.
No, you didn't double check. Didn't check your emails. You didn't check the spam.
And then it was like right after he said, "Good news, y'all! I'm coming back as Superman." He had to come back on IG.
Oh,
So
my bad. My bad. It was. I
my
retract
that
my
was
statement.
jacked up. That was jacked up, and I was disappointed because I enjoyed him as Superman. Yeah, I know Adam don't, but he's my
Right.
favorite, so.
No, I did too.
Um,
Like as far as my boy Dean Cain from the Lois and Clark thing, it's on, and of course we know Christopher Reeve. He goaded it, right? So of course there's that. Brandon Ralph was kind of like, I
I
don't
don't know
think
if
he
he's in a
really
shitty
gave him
movie. He was just in a
huh?
shitty movie.
that right.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like I said, I don't know, man.
I don't know,
Maybe
but y'all
it's
give us the y'all thoughts in the comments.
yeah,
Email my
man.
man Jason. I know this is show and I'm taking over for a minute, but we need views for bring the popcorn. Like, share, subscribe.
Do
Yeah,
y'all
man.
think the new Fast and Furious gonna be a fleety flop or is it gonna be higgity hot?
Let us know in the comments.
Yes,
Types slowly typed fliggity.
and also we about to get up out of here. This has been fun.
Oh, now he want to leave. Now he done got blown. We finally go 2 hours and 33 minutes, and he goes, "It's clutch time."
Oh no, I only want to talk about the Flash and the Fast and Furious. I have
I ain't
nothing else.
lying, right? This how you know I miss podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Because I took like a month off from Who They Want to put together a podcast soap opera called "In the Garden by the Bayou," coming to a podcast near
Oh,
you on Who They Want Entertainment LLC. I'll be playing Levester, and I'll also be playing my man Ray from the diner. And yeah, Jason, tell him about Sheriff Bubba. I mean Detective Bubba over there.
I uh
Bobo.
Bubba.
yes, Bobo. I am
Okay.
I am going to be stepping into the foray of voice acting. Might be shit. Who knows? Y'all be the
They
judge
got
of that.
great chemistry. Don't worry, guys. He's gonna kill it. We wrote it specifically to be. He's so good at it. We made sure. He said, "I'm from Chicago originally." I go, "All right, so we're gonna write the detective as a story in Chicago." Like it leaves with him coming out of Chicago to a little town called Eden, Louisiana, and we're gonna give y'all more details about that as we finish the show productions, but it's coming to Who They Want Entertainment LLC. Just to be clear, shout out to everybody that's involved, all the writers and all the actors and actresses that are participating. And yeah, it's going to be really phenomenal. And now, Jason, I turn the mic back to you, sir.
Yes, and also he offered me a boatload of cocaine, so I couldn't turn it down. Oh, but yeah, y'all know where to find us at. That's Bring the Popcorn on any platforms. Please join our Twitch. We need some subscribers because I want to start doing more things for you guys. I'm probably going to start streaming The Last of Us Part One, PlayStation 5 version after the season ends. Do a little bit of game streaming. We was gonna do Hogwarts, but I don't want to be seen as transphobic since that's the newest thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy that by myself. I'm sorry.
I, no, we're not going to go into public discrepancies on that part.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't wanna get y'all's mean comments on my videos while I'm trying to enjoy being a wizard.
Dang.
And
I'm
so,
enjoying being the wizard.
uh, also Team Ravenclaw, y'all. Miss Courtney, where can they find you at?
Yes. I'm gonna start pushing my website more because apparently I've been paying $20 a month for it. So you can find me at www.courtneylyricpresents.com.
All right, and Mister Stead, Stedman.
Of course, not to, I'm just saying, Who They Want is available on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Daily Motion, LinkedIn, up
Okay.
everywhere.
Link tree.
You can catch the podcast literally on any streaming platform, audio. Hosted by Podbean. So if you go to Podbean and type in Who They Want Entertainment LLC, make sure you hit that follow button. I appreciate it. And also on YouTube as well, you can click that follow button. And yeah, I'm here just doing my thing. It's an honor to be part of this. I call it the podcast La Familia, the podcast family. So anytime Jason hit a brother up and be like, "Hey, yo, come through and hang out with us," we're gonna pop some popcorn and talk about movies and gallivant through all these great shows. I'm there for it.
Yes, because in the words of Vin Diesel, it's all about family.
Except my brothers and Brian, the babysitter.
He is dread. Stead is
Paul, the
dread.
babysitter.
Stead is dread, bro.
Oh,
Adam
and
is
my mama who took 10 movies to show up. Family
Adam.
except them first.
Adam is bald, bro.
Damn.
I love
Shout
it.
out to Adam.
And also, I'm going to start doing this every week. Just give shout outs to other podcasts. I wanted to give a shout out to the Geeky Dad podcast. Ralph and his kids. They are adorable. Listening to him and his kids talk about movies. Him introducing movies to the younger generation. So it's also it's adorable hearing him and his kids go back and forth, and the geeky dad after dark. It ain't on no nasty shit. It's just him and his wife talking about movies. I'm telling you, Rock, you might need to change that name because
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
definitely
dirty. That
that
sounds
was
dirty.
cringy. That was cringy. Yeah, you want to work on that.
But shout out to my man Ralph. Yeah, you can find him on all platforms because he's everywhere. And yeah, but yeah, y'all, that does it. I see we have another person come in, but hey, you caught us at the wrong. You caught us at the end. I'm
Well, we are
sorry.
over. What have you been doing the past 3 hours?
I'm sorry, but hey, we will be.
I'm sorry
we-
people. I made y'all come ask for comments, and then people come in and go, "Oh, this is
Oh,
the
they
closure
left.
part. We can't address it. That's a whole other hour worth of conversation we don't want to give."
Bang.
well, y'all. As you have what to look forward to is I have made a list of movies for Black History Month, and each of us are picking two movies. So we're gonna review it. Probably I'll probably do twice a week, just so we can get just so we get
I
through.
didn't get this list. I didn't get the list. I'm sorry, I wasn't included or something.
I can send it to you too. But it's a big ass list. Just keep on getting it added to. You want to add? You want to add some more to the list? You can too.
Ain't no big ass list.
Yes, my list was 10. I think yours was 10 too. And then instead, you want to add 10? You can as well.
Okay, well, send me so I can know what not to put in on my 10. I would definitely add my 10. Let's do it.
Yes, and I'm just going to throw it out there that I have my choices. I chose Straight Outta Compton and Detroit because I never seen Detroit and I heard it was really good. It got John Boyega in it, and it's about the over policing in Detroit.
And
And
this man, yeah.
yeah, and Straight Outta Compton just because I love that fucking movie, and it's still relevant. It's insanely relevant to things that's going on today. And also, since I'm the host, I'm gonna throw in the extra one towards the end of the month, and that's Do the Right Thing, because I love Do the Right
My
Thing.
only gripe for Straight Outta Compton
It
is,
brought some black people on the wall.
yeah, it's not the best and most accurate depiction of Dr. Dre, according to his victims. But other than that, it was pretty entertaining.
Well, we will talk about that, but that was what you have to look forward to. This weekend, you have that Ain't Man to look forward to. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm
The
excited. I'm back excited. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been saying similar to Jason Momoa as far as Jonathan Majors can get somebody else to do it, but I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised.
I still don't know why you say that.
Maybe because similar to Jason, he's always the pro tag. I don't know. I think he is big. I think like with I hate to refer to Black Adam, but I think like with Black Adam, I just see Jonathan Majors. I don't see Kang. I would have got an unknown to do it, but we shall see. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, sorry, Jonathan Majors. People don't have faith in you, man.
No.
Don't worry,
say
it's going to be
that. Don't
redeemed
say
after
that.
Creed 3 drops, right?
No, I absolutely love him, especially in Lovecraft Country. He is extremely talented. I just would have picked somebody else for this role. And we talked about why before, so I don't need to, But we shall see. We will talk about it, and hopefully I'm wrong and he does an excellent job and fucking kills it. And if he
All
does,
right.
I'm going to call him out.
All right, y'all. So you heard it first. Terrence Howard should have been Kang. All right, y'all. We
Hey,
up out
man,
here.
I'm Kang,
Don't
man.
Don't forget. Hey, when you come to these reviews, just remember to always bring the popcorn. All right, we are out of here.
Peace.